Regenerative Sports Medicine to discuss PRP, platelet-rich plasma. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, Achilles tendonitis, or tennis elbow, you should give them a call.
Good to be back, Jason. We specialize in non-surgical orthopedics, so we treat damaged tendons, ligaments, and joints, including rotator cuff injuries, knee injuries, and elbow and foot problems by using ultrasound-guided injections with PRP. And this form of treatment helps stimulate the body's own reparative process and assist in the healing of damaged tissue.
Doc, what makes your training different than others?
I've been practicing in Knoxville for over 26 years, and I'm certified in interventional regenerative orthopedic medicine through the American Academy of Orthopedic Medicine. They've been the leader in this form of treatment since 1983. I also teach this form of treatment on a national and international basis to other physicians, residents, and medical students. Here in our clinic, I'm the one doing the procedure, and we're using your own PRP, which are concentrated platelets, to treat your injury. So in other words, Jason, it comes from you and it goes back to you. So you know exactly what you're getting and know exactly the level of training involved.
Do what the pros, college athletes, and I have done, and visit them online at trsportsmedicine.com. Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, East Tennessee's leader in PRP therapy.
For a replay of each day's Swain Event TV, subscribe to the Swain Event channel on YouTube.
Ben McKee, Jason Swain, Seth Stokes. Swain Event fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Top 100 barbecue restaurant. All right, Stokes, I've prepared you. I'm going to ask you I don't even know how long we've worked together, to be honest, Stokes. People are like, hey, how long have you had you on show? I'll be telling them different answers every time. Like, yo, I think it's like 10 years, 11 years, 12. I don't know, man. But how long? I know you know stuff like that.
Yeah, you and I have worked together since 2012. My first day on air in Knoxville was April 1st of 2012.
Wow.
Yep. So you and I have worked together. So that's what, however long that is.
10 years?
12.
Carry the one, Stokes.
Yeah, 10 years.
Carry the
Say
one.
What?
I mean, it's right there at 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years.
So, like the story, so I got to tell the story about how we started working together. So,
all right.
I was doing the Swain Event. It was called the Swain Event. And I had a different producer. And so I would do the show. And my producer was the same producer as everyone else who had a show on the same station. And I would get like these messages in my inbox. And I'd be like, yo, is this dude like spying on my conversations, or like is he in my head? Because I was thinking the same thing that, he was sending me. He was like, yo, he basically said, yo, your current producer sucks. That's basically what Stokes said. Like, your current producer absolutely stinks. And I was thinking the same thing, because I was thinking about going to management and really complaining about this producer because he was lazy. He wasn't that good. I hope he's not listening, because he would know who exactly I'm talking about. But if he is listening, hey, it's 10 years ago, man. It's all right. You don't suck anymore. But as a producer, he sucked. And Stokes was like, yo, man, I can do a better job.
It was bad.
I can do a better job. Like, Stokes was like the other dude that would reach out to the lady and be like, hey, man, your boyfriend's terrible. let me show you how you're supposed to be taken care of. That's what Stokes was doing. And so I went to the management. I was like, hell, this is this guy in Atlanta. He would be so much better. And I was hyping Stokes up. I didn't even know I didn't know Stokes that well. I just knew that he could not be that much worse. I was like, yo, you got to bring this dude up here. He wants to move to Knoxville. He wants to cover Tennessee. You got to bring him up here now. And a couple of weeks went by, and it happened. Like Stokes moved up here. He replaced the old guy, and that was it, man. That was it. Stokes, did I tell that story pretty accurately?
Yeah. It was was it just a Swain event, or was it Swain and Rucker at that time?
See, I know
it might have just there was a transition period where it was just a Swain event, and
correct.
then I think it transitioned to Swain and Rucker right before I got up there.
Yeah. And then went back.
I think right, exactly. This all started, I want to say, in like October, November of 2011. 2011. And I was working at a small radio station in Clarksville, Georgia. And so I worked the morning show and then was, building commercial spots and stuff like that the rest of the day. So the rest of the day after my show was over, I could stream TSR. I was looking for some good Tennessee content, found them online, and was able to stream Tennessee Sports Radio. And it was crazy because I'd be listening, and like the content was good. It was good stuff. It was exactly what I was looking for. But, in and out of breaks, you couldn't hear the hosts throw it to break. Couldn't hear them coming back for break because the music was so hot. The levels were all over the place. One guy would sound super quiet. One guy would sound super loud. Just the overall production value of any of the shows I was listening to was just not where it needed to be to match the content. And so I slid into the DMs, was like, hey, man, let me tell you what's wrong with the show real quick. You are great. Everything else about it needs a lot of work. And so he hooked me up with JB, and JB and I went back and forth through email for a little while. And then finally in late February, early March of 2012, JB had me come up for a weekend, and on a Friday, I met the guys, and Swain and I went to lunch, and then I sat in on Swain and Rucker at the time, and which was awkward because the dude I was replacing was sitting right across from me in the room.
Gangsta.
Right. And then a few weeks later, I started, and it's been great ever since. I mean, we've had some tremendous times this past decade.
Yeah, we got some stories. We got some.
Yeah, man.
We got some stories to tell for sure, man. Yeah, I remember that, and there would be times with the old producer, I would kind of glance over at his computer screen, see what he was doing, like why he wasn't paying attention. Yo, this dude was over here playing Tetris. Like, bruh, pay attention. I was like, yo, we gotta get somebody else in here that's gonna, do the job. So it was good, man. It was good. 865-255-03. Let's go to the phones.
We've got Roberto.
Roberto. Wow.
Roberto.
That's a throwback.
Yeah.
Roberto,
Gentlemen.
good morning.
Been a long time. Shouldn't let you. Another dope beat and stuff, dude.
That's a good line right there, my friend. Legendary.
I heard Seth Stokes on here, and I've still been tuning in, but I heard Seth Stokes on here, and I had to say, my gosh, man, throw it back, TSR.
That's right.
Right.
Seth produced some of my Saturday stuff back in the day. This is Flashback Friday, and it is just so good at the same time, guys. Swain, I look forward to your next adventures, but just throwing it back, I got a little nostalgic, maybe even a little choked up. You guys have always been a big part of my life for the last 10 years, and I just wanted you guys to know how much I always appreciated your support at the station too.
For sure, Roberto. Yeah, man. It was those days were cool. They were fun. And 10 years ago, wow.
Yeah.
And your kids are like almost driving now, huh?
They turned 8 last week.
Wow.
Yep.
I remember when you got the news that you're gonna have triplets. you were nervous, boy. Woo!
You think I was nervous? I was whiter than usual, and I'm pasty as it is.
But man, that's so cool. God, they 8 now. Wow.
Yeah, just dropped them off at school a minute ago. They're brilliant, so they took after their mother. They're beautiful, also took after their mother.
Sure.
They're quick-witted. I don't know where they got that. But yeah, life is great. Guys, as far as if we can kick it to sports for just a minute.
Please.
How great is it that I feel like that whole university has been energized over there? And I'm not saying Josh Heupel's not doing his thing. And I'm not saying Rick Barnes isn't doing his thing. And I'm not saying Kelly Charlie Harper's not doing her thing. But that whole energy in the athletic department seems to have changed the day Tony Vitello stepped on campus. Do you guys agree with some of that?
The day he stepped on campus?
Or within a year. I immediately, I knew his record. I'm a baseball guy. I think you guys know that. I was like, holy crap, what a hire. I didn't think John Curry would have a lasting legacy. But John Curry may have hired in time the greatest. I think Tony Vitello may win 2 to 3 national championships. That's how good I believe he is.
No, I don't disagree. I'm sitting here thinking about when did things turn? Like when were we able to really put our finger on the moment it changed? The athletic program started to turn positive, and I don't know if I can put a date on that, Roberto. I don't know. I don't know if I can sit here and say the day that Tony Vitello was hired or the day he came in, because I think things started to turn in the right direction during some of Coach Former's time. Honestly, we started seeing
I will give you that.
Yeah, the other teams started to be successful outside of football. We saw that. And then once Danny White was hired, it felt like it went to another level.
That's fair.
I got to give some credit to John Curry for the hire of Tony Vitello. You got to give some credit to Coach Former, even though what happened with Jeremy Pruitt was terrible, but he gets some credit, man. Don't give me that look. Some credit.
Well, he
recruiting.
He hired Kelly Jolly too. Let's not forget that.
Oh, you're saying
that was a big deal.
I thought Swain was saying Coach Former deserves some credit for Tony Vitello's success.
No, just the athletic.
Okay,
the
that
athletic
makes more
program.
sense. That's why I looked at you the way that I did. I was confused.
They're playing Tetris. That's probably why.
I am. I am playing Tetris.
Nah, man. Tetris is 2008. 3008 is Minecraft, bro.
Oh yeah, that's right.
No,
that's right.
I'm playing solitaire. Solitaire checkers.
Solitaire.
Old school. But I think the previous ADs get some credit. I think Danny White just kind of took it to the next level, and it feels good, honestly, to be involved, man. It feels good.
Well, I like that we've got the boldness and the the cajones, as it were, to go to the state of Tennessee and say we need $500 million right now so that we can improve this thing. And the one thing I think we've done that maybe we didn't do for 30 years, maybe. I don't know what the number is, but we've invested in people on the front end. We're paying our coaches now. We are paying our coaches. My gosh.
Yep.
And the best part, Swaney, we're not paying them to leave for the first time in how long?
I know, right? We're paying them to coach our team. Ain't that a cool concept?
Yeah. And we took a Bammer who had no business being here in the first place, but still, nonetheless, he was here. We took a Bammer that we were going to owe $12.7 million, I believe was the final number, and we gave him the finger and told him to hit the door and said, you ain't getting squat from this university, buddy, and they have stood by that. I cannot believe it, but they have 100% put their feet in concrete and have not moved on that. It's incredible.
It is, Roberto. And man, good to hear from you, man. Thanks for the phone call. I'm still surprised that they have not. Remember, Pruitt did make that ultimatum to the newspaper, and I haven't heard anything else about it since. So, man, good phone call there from Roberto, and it just feels good. It feels good to be involved. Everything that's going on, and I thought he hit the nail on the head there. Paying coaches and rewarding coaches when they do something well, so that way it doesn't get to the point where you're questioning their future, like Dave Hart allowed to happen with Conzo Martin. You don't want that to happen. So, yeah, Rick Barnes getting paid a lot of money. Yes, you want a deeper run in tournament, but my goodness, he won the SEC tournament for the first time in 43 years. Here's an extra year. Boom. Kelly Harper, here's a pat on the back. All right, Heupel, you need some of your coaches to get a little bump. All right, you get a bump there as well. So we are going to reward you for doing a good job. Now, we expect excellence, but if you're doing a good job, we want to let you know that we appreciate you. So
even the other programs on campus, we talked about it earlier this week. Baseball was the headline. The $58 million or so that was earmarked for baseball. TBA, $30 million, but also apparently getting a new track for a track program that has been really good the last couple of years.
I didn't think we needed a new one. It looked pretty nice to me.
Yeah, me too. I thought the same thing, but whatever. They've been winning. Give them whatever they feel like they deserve. And
that's right. It ain't my money.
As I always say, at a place like Tennessee, you have the resources to where you can afford to properly support every athletic program on campus. You don't have to pick and choose like some of these other schools, like a Vanderbilt. That's the difference.
Well,
the tennis program's been winning Stokes, and they're getting a bunch of money coming their way.
Yep, tennis program's been winning. I mean, the Lady Ball soccer program's been doing well. I mean, you've got a lot of success happening all over the athletic department, and for years, fans and all of us have been clamoring for Tennessee to play with the big boys, to spend money like the big boys. Like, it's the big boy university. Why aren't we acting like it? And Tennessee's acting like it now, and it's great to see. And to Roberto's point, you can. I think a lot of it is Tony Vitello, especially the last couple of years. There's been a lot of energy from the baseball team, just the swag that they bring to the table, the confidence, all of that. But it also kind of the upward trajectory did kind of start with Barnes and the success he had with Admiral Schofield, Grant Williams, and that, those teams that did so well that when football was struggling, there were the tweets and the common feeling of right now Tennessee's a basketball school. We can't wait for basketball season. And now you've got basketball. He's gotten it consistent in basketball. Now we're a baseball school too, because Tony Vitello's rocking that thing, #1 team in the country. And then this past season, Josh Heupel showed in year one that he could do some big things here at Tennessee if he has what he needs and he can get the players that he needs. They're going to do some things. And so football is exciting now. And coupling that with all the other good things on campus, this is the most energized that I have seen this place since I've been, hands-on. And when I say hands-on, I mean actively covering, being part of some sort of media outlet that has to do with Tennessee and stuff like that. So over the last 10 to 12 years, this is the best I have seen it across the board.
When's the last time Tennessee signed a top 5, top 10 quarterback and then host another top 5 quarterback in the next class?
Tennessee hasn't signed him yet.
Here in a couple months.
Well, I guess you could say they have signed him in a way.
But
Still delivered.
I'm just saying. But I'm talking about Nico Iamaleava, and then you turn around and Jaden Davis, who is
top quarterback in the class of 2024.
There it is. He's going to take a visit too. When's the last time that has happened? It's just a positive mojo.
I cannot think of that time.
I don't know that it has ever happened. And LC Vol says that he thinks it's a new indoor track that Tennessee is getting.
That's right. That's what it is.
Which Tennessee does not have an indoor track. So,
that's what it is. It's an indoor track.
There's not really a program that is just flat out failing right now on campus. The volleyball coach, Eve Rackham, she just got a contract extension. Nothing crazy like Tony Vitello, but I think she had like a year added.
She was hired during
that was Fulmer. Well,
it was
Fulmer's minions that made the hire.
It was what's his name?
The one that left. I forget his name as well. He was Rick's guy.
He was Curry's guy.
Well, he really liked Rick Barnes.
Oh man, but
It wasn't Phil Fulmer that made the hire.
Yeah, no, but yeah, she was hired during that regime. Yeah.
Yes, Fulmer gets credit, but it wasn't necessarily him that made the hire. But there's not a program, unless I'm just forgetting one. There's not one that's just failing right now. They all have an upward trajectory at the moment. Their stock is going up. There's an arrow pointed up next to each program on campus at the moment.
For sure. For sure.
I mean, the swimming and diving team just won an SEC championship, and they're getting money to renovate the swimming pool over there.
What can you tell us about that program, Ben?
That they deserve it because they continue to win championships.
I was going to say the same thing.
They won championships.
The backstroke,
the breaststroke.
The breaststroke.
Big fan of the breaststroke.
And the freestyling. I mean, the freestyling's off the chain.
The freestyling. Reed Sigmund.
There it is.
Thank you, Brian Hunsucker. That was Rick Barnes' right-hand man.
Yeah. Reed was the glue, man, that kept everything together.
Yes, and the broom that swept up some stuff here and there.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Man, Hunsuckers are always on point. Always.
Debatable.
He's on it.
Always. Now, you're right. It is debatable because he referred me to a barbecue spot in Memphis. I went.
Yeah, but
the sauce is better than the main course.
Okay, but you have like these ridiculously high standards. Would the average person go there and enjoy it? Probably. If you say meh, that actually means it's pretty good.
Yeah,
so like if you ever hear Swain's
you
ever hear Swain say it's good barbecue, that means it is elite barbecue and some of the best in the country. He knows I'm right
Swain
too.
has a discerning barbecue palate.
He knows I'm right too. That's why he's over there smirking.
I'm going to the text box. I want to hear it. 99 Vol in Ohio says, thanks, Swain and Ben, for the fantastic coverage of the Vols and more. Started listening via podcast during the Butch Pruitt transition. It's been fun to have a show into our alma mater while I'm surrounded by a sea of scarlet and gray up here in Columbus. Thank you for your unique combination of analysis, humor, and camaraderie with your audience. Y'all will be missed in this venue, but we'll be excited to see what the Lord has in store for both of you in your next chapter. Many thanks, GBO. It said Lord, but I had to put something on it. The
Put a little
Lord.
flavor on it.
Excited to see what the Lord has in store for both of you in your next chapters. Appreciate that.
Nelson's trying to get blocked today. Nelson, you
Nelson's
must
an instigator, man.
You must have missed the top of the show, Nelson.
Nelson instigating. I'm gonna have to block
Gotta
Nelson.
remind him.
I'm just surprised that he did not ask about a recruit.
I'm surprised he didn't slide into the DMs of a recruit.
You just as bad as the listeners.
What
You instigating with that comment.
What you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Nelson's real close to doing it. His next stage of fandom is tweeting recruits, DMing them. That's the next stage, Nelson. You're getting close, man. You're getting close. You gotta watch it. Watch the company you keep, Nelson.
Yeah, you better stay away from Big Shot Rob. Get you tripped up in those DMs.
Bulldog Brian says y'all gotta recommend another sports show that I can listen to in the morning. Nah, I don't know.
You listen to Swain from 12 to 3 or then download the podcast and listen to it the next day in the morning.
You can listen to the show for 11:59. That's technically the morning. Getting ready for the new show.
Nope.
I mean, you do that. Yeah, I don't have any recommendations because I don't listen to any other show.
There's a new Diamond Vols podcast in the Swain Event feed that you can listen to.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great idea. Swain Event, be right back.
Listening to the Swain Event. You don't say. Fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Touchdown or turnover is up next on the Swain Event.
Hey there, Swain Event fam. I've been thinking about other ways I can assist you with the real estate world. As you know, it's not just about buying, selling, and investing in new property today. It's also being a resource when you need a contractor or roofer. Or maybe you need a real estate attorney to assist with probate questions. Or maybe you have a family member in Alabama that needs a realtor to help them sell their home and get the heck out of there and back to Tennessee. All of these things and more are in my wheelhouse. So give me a call, Jennifer Morris, 865-257-7897, or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com. And go Vols!
In this day and age, the way we work is changing and evolving. Businesses still moving forward despite your work location changing and supply shortages affecting a number of different areas. Office furniture is not immune to the halt in the supply chain. This is why Office Furniture Outfitters has purchased desks, chairs, and tables in bulk to provide you with in-stock options for your place of business, no matter if it's in an office building or at your house. Office Furniture Outfitters is the local supplier for Herman Miller, and they keep Aeron chairs in stock. They will come to your office, lay out, and make recommendations. No project is too big or too small. You can visit them on location at 17th Street and Grand Avenue in the Fort Sanders area, or online at ofonox.com, or give them a call at 865-524-3003. Office Furniture Outfitters, providing East Tennessee's biggest selection and best value for office furniture since 1995.
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799. Fellas, when it's time to freshen up that wardrobe, there's only one play to make, and that's to go see my friends at Mark Nelson Denim in downtown Knoxville. Find the latest in small batch denim in the heart of Knoxville. Denim isn't all they do though. Mark Nelson also does custom suiting and blazers. Let your personal style shine with Mark Nelson. If you don't have time to go shopping for yourself but still want that fresh look, then sign up for the NN Society. Let the experts handle the shopping and get $300 worth of merchandise for just $150 every other month. That's 6 times per year to keep you looking styling every day. Let Mark Nelson Denim help you be the best you, because when you look good, you feel good. Go to marknelsondenim.com.
I know missing the show live is a bummer, but don't fret. You can catch up on the podcast posted daily on the app, online, and on iTunes.
Awesome!
Let's go to the phones. The Swain Event hotline this morning. Let's get to Big Orange Mac. Mac, good morning.
How do I say goodbye to yesterday? Good morning, Jay Swizzle.
Good morning.
Good morning, Benjamin.
Good morning, King.
Good morning, SEFF Self.
What up, what up, what up?
Good morning, King.
Had to call in for the last dance, man. I first of all, I want to say thank you for allowing me to call in over the last few years, for allowing me to spread this beautiful twang all across this great country so people can hear the sound of my beautiful voice.
Interesting.
Yes, Mrs. McKee, it is real.
She's listening.
Is that auto-tune?
Oh, this is the guy that I met after the Braves game. He is real.
Yeah.
He does really sound like that.
When I met Ben after the Braves game at Truist Park, home of the world champion Atlanta Braves.
And still couldn't beat the Yankees.
Oh,
Paid all that
Hey,
money
wait.
to go,
My
and you
goodness.
still watch the team lose.
hell, here we go.
Max, say it again. Say it again, Max.
World champion Atlanta Braves.
Glad you
ring.
could have one in
Thank
your
you,
lifetime. I have about 5 more in mine.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I ruined the moment. I'm sorry.
dang, boy, you messed up. Damn. What's your dream?
See, I'm finna brag on you, Ben. I'm finna brag
My
on
bad,
you.
my bad, Matt. My bad. I'm triggered. Jennifer Morris has taught me to be triggered when the Braves and Yankees are brought up.
Mr. McKee, Ben's dad, if you're listening, when I met Ben in Atlanta, he's a fine gentleman. You did a hell of a job raising him. And when you called in yesterday, I got to thinking about my pop. You know, he passed away a couple years ago, and my eyeballs got to sweating a little bit. There's nothing like that father-son bond. And Ben's about to experience that here pretty soon. So maybe I'll experience that one day. And I met, then later on in October, me and my little one, we met Jay at the Ole Miss game. Yep. And let me tell you something about these two men. I call them men because they grown-ass men. People, when you meet Ben and Jay, it's like you've known them all their lives. They ain't, with that old school Southern saying, they ain't too big for their britches. They don't act like they up here and you down here. Man, it's like you've known them all their lives, and man, they cooler than polar bear toes. I'm so grateful, and all the people that I've met because of y'all. I've met also in person, and this and that and other, and this is what brings people together. There's nothing like sports. It's like the great Bo Schembechler in Michigan said, there's nothing greater than the team. We're all part of a team. The football team, the managers, Smokey, the fans in the stands, even people in the concession stands. We're all one part of a team. There's nothing greater than the team. The team, the team, the team. Gentlemen, y'all continue to be the team. And I just want to say I love all y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I'm going to miss it. I even took the day off to mourn. So
Dang.
But anyway, I'm going to get off here, let somebody else get on. Love y'all. And maybe we all can get together again sometime soon. Y'all take care.
No, we're looking forward to it.
Thank you, Big Orange Mac.
Yeah, let us know when you hit Knoxville, man. We'll make that happen. Shamel, it's Big Orange Mac. It ain't Triple O.
Triple O don't know how to preach like Big Orange
I
Mac.
know, man. All Triple O know how to do is rant.
About the Lions and Bears.
That's it. That's all he know how to do.
Oh, and he also is, I don't think there's anybody who is more of an expert at creating Twitter accounts more than Triple O.
Because he gets banned every other week and I create a new one. Justin says Seth doesn't get to have an opinion on barbecue since he eats ribs with a fork.
That's some bull snot right there. That is not true. That is not true.
Hey, man, you didn't want to get your hands dirty. I understand.
That ain't what happened. That ain't what happened. That's not how it went down. But that's all right. I'm going to let that slide today.
I saw a fork. I saw a fork, man. Like, if I see someone get hurt and I see someone with a weapon, I'm supposed to assume that person with a weapon didn't hurt that person that's hurt? I saw a fork in your hand, Stokes.
Yep. There was a fork in my hand when I cut the fatty part off because I was on a very strict diet at the time. So I cut the little fatty part off. Then I put the fork down. I put the knife down, and I ate everything else with my hands.
I have a question.
Yes.
If you were on a very strict diet, why were you eating dead end?
Because we were at a barbecue cooking class, and Chris Pierto, is that how you say his name? I think it's how you say his last name.
That sounds about right.
Was hosting it, and we were eating his food that he was given a little bit. It was like a couple bones. It wasn't a lot.
You said forget that diet.
Giving out. Say what?
Just tell the truth. You said forget that diet that day.
I mean, I wasn't going to say no to it. The food. I mean, come on now. You was going to sit me down some ribs. I ain't saying no.
Oh, man.
It was free.
Oh, man.
What you think I'm going to say, no, I can't eat this today. No, sir.
Yeah, I saw Chris Prato on like Food Network a couple months ago competing in a barbecue competition. You remember we got his cookbook and all that good stuff, got it signed. And I thought about that cooking class we did.
Stokes, T Money has a question for you.
Okay.
Is little Jesse going to call in today?
Stop.
Hey, I was just relaying the message. T Money wants to know.
Little Jesse got a kid of his own right now. He old.
Right, exactly.
Nah, he probably about 18 now.
Well, Jesse, he better be at school right now.
He might be in school, but he 18. He might be taking that Ben McKee route. He might.
Right.
He might say, you know what, I'm gonna take a little time off and go to community college and figure out what I want to do.
Hey, that is
worked out.
not a bad move whatsoever. Stokes, on a serious note, have you heard our great caller Bulldog Brian, who is a Georgia fan?
No.
Oh, well, he's been a great listener the last year or so, and called in. Was it yesterday, Swain, for the second time or?
Yeah, he's a good caller, but I don't know about this last message on the text box.
Well, I think it's a fair question. He said to watch out for Eric Gilbert and Brock Bowers for Georgia, and wants to know a name that he needs to watch from the Vols this season.
Eric Gilbert.
Eric Gilbert's got to stay out of trouble first.
Yeah.
So Stokes, what would be your Vol to Bulldog Brian to keep an eye out for this season?
All of them. We coming.
You're gonna Stokes just pulled a Desmond Bain on the Grizzlies. One word to describe the Grizzlies. I got two. We here. And at least Desmond actually knows to use two words when he says, I got two words for you, and doesn't use three words instead. But that's neither here nor there. Right. But that's what Stokes just said. Stokes said, we here. That's what you need to know. Stokes, what player do we need to watch out for on the Vols this year? We here. All of them. We coming.
All of them.
All 99 of them.
Watch out for all of them.
But seriously, Stokes, you gonna pick one player?
Yeah, I wanna see like Hendon's progression. That's important to me because we it needs to get just a little more consistent. But seeing what he can do as the guy, knowing he's the guy for a full off season, and then starting the year, there's not going to be, or there shouldn't be, this QB competition. Who's going to start? We're going to play both of them. Any of this, like, I think he's QB1. So seeing how that progresses, that's really, I think, for Tennessee, that's going to make or break the season, is how well he plays.
Let's go to the phones. Who you got over there, Ben?
Sean Reed.
Sean Reed. Oh man, what's up, Sean?
Okay.
What's going on? I had to call in on the last day of this version of the Swain Event. Not sure what the other one's going to be called, but had to call in and just, talk my appreciation for all you all. Love listening on Fridays. Get to hear Steph, my guy, bringing back, making feel like the old days, TSR. And Ben, you do a great job. I think you've done a great job over the years, and definitely the go-to if I cannot watch a game. Definitely following you on Twitter and getting those great updates, especially this past weekend where I couldn't watch all the games down in Oxford. And Swain, you still are the president. You talk all this smack about Vanderbilt, but you still are the president of the Jay Cutler fan club, regardless if you're retired or not. You are the president of the Jay Cutler fan club. And you know
I got impeached.
You know what I'm talking about. So, but no, I consider you a true friend, and if I ever needed anything while I was in Knoxville, I definitely could call you up, and you'd be right there to help me. So, just had to call in and support you all on this last day here.
Heck yeah, man, and it's been cool to see. I told you this on Twitter, but it's cool to see you live out your dreams. I know you are building a cabin out in the mountains, and it's been really cool to kind of see you and raise your kids. I know we went to a game a couple of years ago, the Florida game, and I kind of left you early. I apologize, but I was too pissed off to stay there with you. But it's been so cool to watch you and form a relationship with you over the years, and I just want to let you know that I think the world of you as well, man.
All right, I appreciate it, and yeah, we've seen some really bad football in these last decade or so of the Swain event. You all have got us through it, so kept us sane. You kept a little more level-headed on the radio than I think you felt in your heart during some of those times. But I appreciate that, and yeah, goal is to make your kids' life better than yours, and that's what I've been working on.
You've been doing a good job of that, my friend. So keep it up, and thank you for calling.
Appreciate it. See y'all.
Now, Sean is right about that. Now, that Florida game, and this is why I don't like doing post-game shows, because I was hot. I think it was the 18 Florida game. Yeah, I got up and left. I got up and walked from the stadium all the way damn near the Neyland Drive over there by the complex.
It was the game where Austin Pope was about to score a touchdown and he fumbled out of bounds.
Yeah, it was that game. And that's not the reason why I got up and left. I left like after that. We had a Florida fan that was like sitting in front of us or behind us.
17.
Was it 17? It was
18.
It was Pruitt's first year. It was Pruitt's first year.
17 was John Kelly going off in the swamp
there,
and the Butch and the whole one yard line at the goal line thing.
Yeah, Florida games at home are even numbers, even years. So
yes.
But I remember just getting up and just walking out. I was so mad. I told my wife to just leave the house, come pick me up. I think I got dropped off that day. But I was fired up. I was upset. But it's a good thing I don't do post game shows, because Sean is right. I was hot that day. But I took some time, cool off, and
proud of you.
I still brought the heat that Monday though, because that was some hogwash.
Proud of you.
Thanks, man.
Taking some time to cool off before you comment.
Thank you. Stokes.
Yo.
I did ask you this. I tried to ask you this hour number one, then we got sidetracked. But then give us your most, memorable moment from the last 10 years doing the show, man. What moments stand out to you?
Ooh, memorable moment. It's hard to pick one, honestly. There's been some really great ones. I mean, just from early just cutting it up on Fridays and back in the TSR days to when we ventured out on our own with just the Swain event, and Turkey Man calling in because he was mad at people calling Peyton Manning the GOAT.
I think I fell out of my chair that day. Was that the day I fell out of my chair?
You literally fell out of. If Swain Event TV was a thing on that show, they would have seen Swain disappear from the screen.
Yeah, I think people heard it though.
This man fell out of his seat. It was one of the funniest things. I had tears. I was laughing so hard. That sticks out in my mind quite a bit. The remote where I had made the bet that if we beat Florida, that I would reenact a Stone Cold beer chug, and I got to do that.
Yep.
That next Friday, that was a lot of fun. Stuff like that. But really what stands out to me the most over the last decade is just everything off air. You and I building our friendship and that camaraderie. Those were the best times. Not what everybody saw, but everybody saw the results of that friendship, because we were always just so crisp and everything just flowed so naturally on air with us, because we spent a lot of time together, trying to make the show better, just kicking it, just learn about each other, getting to know each other, and becoming you're one of my best friends, and that's the stuff that sticks out to me the most over the last decade.
Yeah, for sure, man. Y'all invited me to y'all's hot ass weddings. You and
Right.
Ben.
Seth's was hotter.
Yep.
Man, it was so hot in South Carolina. My goodness. I was like, what is going on? It was hot. And then Ben's wedding was in, what was it, like June, May? When was your wedding, Ben?
June.
You know Savannah listening today.
I know she's listening today. It's June.
You sure?
June 28th.
Final answer?
I think. Well, see, now I'm really in a conundrum. I think I shared this a couple weeks ago. Is we got married on June 28th, and our baby is due on July 26th. The months aren't giving me an issue, but like the 26th and the 28th, I keep getting it backwards in my head.
What's the average between 26 and 28? 27, baby.
26 plus 28, what would that be?
I don't know. You divide it by 2.
That'd be 54. So what's 54 divided by 2?
27, baby.
54 divided by 2
27
is
27. Your baby's gonna be born on 27. Anyway,
21 and a half.
but yeah, your wedding was hot. Stokes' wedding was hot. Stokes, I think you came to my wedding.
Yep, I was at your wedding.
Yeah, you came to my wedding.
I went to your wedding. I went back in the future. I went back in the past and went.
That was good times. Yeah.
Oh, that was great time.
It was good times.
I went back in time and went.
Arian was buying everybody drinks.
Yeah, he was.
I didn't know Arian was coming.
Yes,
he showed up in jeans.
Did you expect anything less?
No. Aaron showed up in jeans. Was like, "Yo, y'all want some drinks?" Everybody was like, "Yes, you're rich. Buy them
for everybody."
When Arian Foster says, "You want a drink?" You say yes. I sidled up to the bar and he was standing there, and I introduced myself, and he's like, "Cool, what you drinking?" I was like, I think at the time it was just a Coors Light, something like that. He was like, "All right, I got you." Okay.
Didn't you get married in Atlanta too?
It.
Yeah, I got married in Atlanta.
That's cool. I'm assuming he flew in because he was with the Texans at the time, right?
Yeah, I think he was in town for the weekend because Anthony Parker, him my best friend. Anthony was in my wedding, so you know, Inky, Anthony Parker, Meacham was in my wedding, so yeah, we had a good
Meach treated me like he'd known me his whole life.
Yeah, man, Meach cool. Meach laid back and cool. So that's him. That's him. All right, let me get to the phones. Who do we have? We got Turkey Man?
Yep.
Turkey Man!
I can't hardly do it, buddy. Give me 1 second.
All right.
There we
go.
There we go.
I tell you what, I don't know if I could even do the last call or not. But I was thinking about Seth and you, and of course Ben. We love him too, you know. But I was thinking Big Ben, and I was thinking
Sorry.
What he went through. What he went through.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And you know, people talk about being a girl dad. You showed up at that function we had for Ben, and you had your baby girl, and you was bottle feeding it and changing its diapers, but you was there as we did that fundraiser for Ben, because he's having to go every week to those treatments, and you know it's hard on him and his family, and we come together as Vol Nation and raised enough money that it may pay for 6 trips. It took the burden off his family, and we had, you know, Tony Robinson and Juice, and if I keep naming, I'm gonna forget somebody, but everybody come together and give their time. But you showed up, Swain. I mean, you had an excuse. I've got a baby, and you showed up in a stroller, taking care of a baby, and doing the part for that. And to me, those are things I remember. I remember those things, and this Swain event has been so special that it is family. And this is you guys.
Appreciate you, Turkey Man. Yeah, I remember that you know, Big Ben Galloway is no longer with us. He did pass away because of cancer, but you know, that fundraiser was about buying extra week, extra month, extra day, more with his boys. And TC from Athens came up. We came together, raised enough money so he can attend some more treatments, so we could just buy a little bit more time to spend time with his family. but he's no longer with us today. One of the biggest Tennessee fans that you'll meet. So, Turkey Man, thank you so much for that phone call. Strong stuff right there. That's heavy. That is heavy. CMBTNG. I still.
It stands for engineering.
He's an engineer. He's smarter than us, basically, right?
Yes.
Gotcha. That's all you have to say, Ben.
I was just reading his message and woo, pull at your heartstrings, man.
Well, let's read it then. I really want to say thank you, Swain O. You'll never understand how stumbling across your show while deployed to Afghanistan literally helped me through my deployment. And then when I was severely injured, how it helped me recover while I was going through physical therapy at Walter Reed Hospital. Then coming home and waking up every morning to go on my 4-mile walk every day and listen to your show has helped me during retirement. I can only hope you never change who you are when you transition to the animal. I know you'll force me to have to get satellite radio so I can listen to the show. Be blessed in all your future endeavors. But I can't lie, dog. I'm going to be really miserable in the mornings now. So, man, thank you so much for that message. And Stokes probably has known me the longest out of this group here. I'm not about to change who I am.
Nope.
I'll be a better version of myself each and every day. That's the goal, but I ain't changing. I'm me.
Nope.
So don't worry about that. I'm the coffee bean, man. I'm not the carrot or the egg. So that's how we roll. That's how it's going to be. Chapel Hill Vol says, I will always remember the Al Wilson call when Butch was fired. It was legendary. Legendary. That podcast clip, that clip got the most plays ever in Swain Event history. Ever. And we can go back and look at it. And it's that and Neil Mafia's call before the West Virginia game. That was like the most played clip that we've ever posted on our feed.
I remember that morning like it was yesterday. Now I can't tell you word for word what Al said, but like right now I am picturing sitting in the studio that we were in and me producing behind the desk and just listening. And you knew something special was happening while Al was talking. You could feel it in the moment.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can go.
We can
post
find it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can go find it.
That one will be. We can search your Twitter because you tweeted it out at Swain Event.
You know, DR Vol can find it.
Yeah, DR Vol. That's your homework for the morning.
Go find my tweet.
That's your homework for the morning. DR Vol. Stokes, I want to say to you, since we got 30 minutes left with you, and I don't want to try to cram it in on your way out the door. And the same thing I've told you a million times. I just really want to say thank you to you because you played as big a role as Swain did in helping me get my start and just helping me intern and being more than happy to have me intern for you guys. It really meant a lot. Just your graciousness and you being so welcoming, and you've been such a great mentor and such a great friend over the years that I truly, truly appreciate you. And I've told you several times that I really would not be where I am today without you as well. And I genuinely mean that. And I'm glad that I know if I ever need anything, I can text you or call you and lean on you. And I just want you to know that I really appreciate you and everything that you've done for me.
Hey, man, I appreciate you and all the work you've put in. And it has been cool to watch you grow in the industry. And you are, I mean, truly, it's not smoke. It's not, anything like that. It's you are one of the, if not the best in Knoxville at covering Tennessee baseball. It's been awesome to see that development and see you get to live out your passion and everything. I appreciate those kind words, man. It's true, man. You need anything, you've got my number.
Appreciate that stuff. So, like I said, I didn't want to cram that in when we're trying to get you out at the end. So I just wanted again to tell you how much I appreciate you.
Low Key says, boys, I've been listening for years. It says stalking, but I figured you want to say listening. I've been listening for years. I just want to say it's been a great run and thankful. The show will keep going in some capacity. You guys have helped me feel close to home during my time in Afghanistan and everyone else, everywhere else I've been in the country, around the country. Wish you both nothing but the best. Can't wait to see what's next. JD Vols, how do you listen to the new show? Sports Animal has an app. You can listen on the dial 991. That show will start on Monday.
You can also stream it online, just like you can if you were to go to swainevent.com and wanted to stream the show right now. You can do the same through the Sports Animal and their website. Click listen live and whatnot. They have the same ways to listen to their programming as we do, just aside from the video. So like Swain said, with their app, and as I just mentioned, you can go to their website and listen. And of course, they'll have podcasts as well. You can find them. I'm an Apple Podcast guy, so I don't know where else they are. I think they're on SoundCloud. I don't know. I'm an Apple Podcast guy again. But you can go find their podcast feed as well. So there's plenty of ways to listen to old Swaino.
GBL, where are we going to get AP Nuggets now? Miss y'all. AP is going to be on the new show. So we'll have AP on each week, bringing that recruiting fire like he did here for us here on the Swain Event. So there's a lot of things we're bringing over to the new show. And AP's time with us is one of those things. Attaboy will be a part of the new show. So
nice.
Yeah, we taking that over there. We just carried the intro and everything over there. So Stokes, boom, you right there, baby. We got you in there. We good. So Attaboy will be a part of the new show. Danny White, Tennessee Athletic Director, will join on Monday. That was the opening there. So we're going to start the show off with the Director of Athletics on Monday there on the Sports Animal. But let's go back to the phones.
Got Don.
Don, good morning.
Good morning and goodbye, I guess.
Good morning, good night.
Yep, that's it. Hey, Swain, what's the show going to be called over on the dial?
Really put a lot of work into it, a lot of thought into it. Man, it was tough, but we're going to call it Josh and Swain.
Josh and Swain.
Pretty simple.
Well, okay. That's, pretty simple, but you don't have to try to figure out what it means, so that's great.
No. And you can search, like if you search Swain or you search Josh and you listen to Apple Podcasts, that show will pop up. So that was the big reason why, to make it a lot easier to be discovered. Okay.
Well, I have enjoyed conversations with you guys, and my wife and I have more peaceful breakfast since I normally get up between 6:30 and 7 and flip you guys on and wait for it to pop on while she's sitting here eating breakfast, and she has to wait and hold her conversation questions for a while during the breaks and things. So even though she was still a little bit in shock when I handed her the phone on her birthday, but you won't be able to say do that for me because my birthday's Tuesday coming up, so which just means I'm old.
Happy early birthday!
Yeah, happy early birthday, man.
All right, and Ben, as far as you, of course, I see you all over the web, and reporting on this, that, and the other. Outside of guest spots, are you going to be doing any kind of radio podcast or anything?
That's the plan. Still don't know what my role is going to look like, but
okay.
I'll be on the. I'll be doing something. Don't know what yet, but I'll be doing something.
Okay, sounds cool. Like I said, it's going to kind of just put me back into searching things early in the morning. No offense, but I don't listen to the early show over there, the other place. But I'll find some more somehow. The guys on, I just once again want to tell you I've enjoyed the show, and being able to do a podcast in case I miss the show, I can back up and I can search it out and listen to it later. But I need both you guys to look into your music history from before you were born, etc. You need to look up, listen to some music from Otis Redding.
Oh, okay.
Especially people from Alabama, Jason. You that's where Mr. Redding's roots were. You can look up Otis or just look up, excuse me, Sitting on the Dock of the Bay.
I've listened to Otis Redding. Yeah, I've listened.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I've listened to him.
Yeah.
I got 3 kids.
Yeah.
You know I listened to Otis Redding before.
Yeah. Well, I'm so old that I actually remember when that was a new song.
That's hilarious, man. That's hilarious. I listened to Otis Redding. Take it back. Thanks for the phone call, Don. Let's keep it moving.
We got Josh.
Josh, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning, Josh.
I've called in a couple times through the past. You might recognize me as Big Titans Ball, but today I'm calling in as Josh. I'm gonna try not to get too long-winded here. Just want to try to express to y'all how much this show has meant to me. Last year, right about the heat of the pandemic, my wife caught COVID and got placed in the hospital for 3 months with Delta variant pneumonia. It got so severe that the third day in the hospital, they had already called family in from out of town to say our goodbyes. It was probably one of the darkest moments I've ever had to experience as a father, as a man, and as a husband. And there was a lot of mornings that I just couldn't get up and find the motivation in me to be that father, that man, and that husband. And I can't recall my memory back then, and it was so bad. My memory's a little foggy. But there was an episode that y'all did, and I can't recall what the topic was, and I can't recall what got y'all on the topic. But Swain, you went into a very deep dive on men's mental health. And that morning, I had woke up with every intention of not waking up another morning. And Swain, you talked me off that ledge. You in this show, and luckily by the grace of God, she was in a coma for three weeks. 3 long, miserable weeks. She was sitting in that hospital on a ventilator, not knowing if she was going to breathe another breath. And she woke up on her own by the grace of God. And now she's still with us, helping me raise our daughter. And if it wasn't for that episode, if it wasn't for me waking up that morning and saying, you know what, I got to put one foot in front of the other. I got to get myself up, you know, I don't know if I would even be here to experience that. So I want to say thank you. Thank all of y'all for everything. You guys have no idea how much just these 3 hours mean to some of us and how much y'all affected us just personally, positively, in so many different ways. And I tell you, I've been watching the show now. I've been listening to the show for years. And it's going to be a real test to try to reassort myself to the new hours. But I just wanted to call in and say thank y'all for being there for us, because you never know, y'all really don't have any idea what kind of impact y'all have on us and what kind of positive influence y'all have on us. And Swain, like I said, I couldn't recall the conversation. I couldn't recall the episode. The stars aligned, and for some reason, something told me to turn the app on and listen to that show. And you saved a life, brother, and I appreciate it, and I love y'all.
Thank you, Josh. Wow. I don't know what to say.
That's powerful.
Ooh. Go back to the phones.
It's good to see you, man.
You feel that. That's real. That's so real. Josh, appreciate you this morning, fam. Appreciate you. Appreciate you sharing it. Appreciate you spreading that gospel on, what one, meant to so many of us individually. What Jason, what Ben, let me pause real quick. Hey, Stoke! What up, my guy?
What's
hey,
up?
Man. What's good, brother, man?
Everything.
Everything's good. We're going to hit plays now. From Ben to Stokes, everybody who has had anything to do with the production or the content of this broadcast, it's more than just sports or radio. It's even more than just the heavy words that we enunciate. It's the things that beat in our chest. I wanted to tell Jason this a couple of weeks ago or a week ago, however long it was, when my Colorado blankety blank found out about everything. But I don't have the strength or the courage of some of my fellow callers, like a Josh, or like a Turkey Man Steve, or like a Dave, Dave Conan, or even a DR Ball, or that loud ass Boston. I know he's coming, so I wanted to squeeze up in here before
You
he
just
rolls.
as loud as him this morning.
Yeah, you turned up this morning.
Hey!
Look, I'm having to turn you down right now.
Energy. Hey, y'all were talking about my energy last time. So
I'm proud of you.
Hey, man, I'm proud of. Let's start with you, McKee, because you're the youngest. I'm very proud of you, Ben. Everyone who has commented on the things that your father said yesterday, and Mr. McKee, if you are hearing this right now, let me be just a human being who walks this earth that says God walks closely with your son, and he is truly a child of God. I'm blessed to know him in my life. All right.
Thank you, C-Mac.
Thank you. Swain.
Yes, sir.
Man, you big brother. And you know that, man. You know that more than anything. You big brother. And I almost cussed. Ain't nothing changed but the day of the week on the calendar. The vibe's still going to be what it is, but I have to say, I'm incredibly proud of you showing all of us how to take your passion and do it and stand it up fundamentally on your own.
Sure.
And get it how you feel. I appreciate that as my big brother. I appreciate you showing me that as a young man coming up in this world. I really appreciate that. All right? So everything going forward, it's going to be the same, man. Hey, we might not be kicking it here. We might not be kicking it here. But, hey, we on to bigger and better things. So with that, hey, man, one last time for your boy. I love y'all. Stay up. All right? Peace and love.
All right, C-Mac. Thank you, man.
Appreciate you, C-Mac.
Jay Hatcher on the text box says, thank you for everything that you've done for me and helping me get through depression from losing my Mama in the middle of COVID. Thank you for giving me a reason to keep pushing, Swain, especially with the mental health conversation. The first and only time we met was Alumni Hall, and my little girl almost took out your remote equipment. I apologize. You told me not to worry about it. You took a minute to talk to me about raising girls. You don't know how much that meant to me. I lost my first one, my first daughter in 2005. You have helped me get through her birthday every year. You have been on the air. I'm so grateful and blessed for what this show has done for me. Oh man, Hatcher. That's good stuff. Maryville Vol says, love the Dreamville shirt, Ben. Thanks for a great few years, fellas. Let's go back to the phones.
We got Evil.
Evil. I told Evil got to change his name, but it's all good. Evil, good morning.
Man, I'd have to change my tag. It's on the tag of my car.
It is. So that's why we got to keep it now.
Yep. Thanks, everybody. That's all I got to say.
That's it? Just thanks?
Yeah, and I had to call. It's Friday, last day.
That's it.
I say everything in text, so y'all know how I am. So I do appreciate Tremels and the Turkey Mans and all those people that don't care to be vocal. I'm a chicken crack, you know what I mean? I get too emotional, so I appreciate hearing people that don't care, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, I get emotional too. You heard me yesterday. Yesterday was tough for me when my dad called in, and the men in the McKee family. We we let it flow on days like today. So you're not alone, my friend.
I appreciate y'all, and that's all I got to say. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Evil. Morgan says, if I call in, I'll cry, but I just want to say on behalf of your female listeners, y'all are the best. Been listening for several years now, and it's hard to put into words how much I love and appreciate what y'all do. I hope UT Athletics knows and appreciate what your show and coverage has done to grow the support and interest of sports outside of football. Thanks again for all other times I got to drop knowledge on my guy friends that they didn't know because I listened to your show. Much love and respect. Oh, man, that's good. That's good right there, Morgan.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's good right there. I love that. Let's go back to the phones. Let's get to Triple O. Triple O, good morning.
Good morning, brother.
Good morning, man.
Man, I don't know where to begin this call since this will be probably the last rant of the Triple OG era ever. Just thank you for the friendship and the brotherhood. Real talk. I love y'all.
Love you too, man.
Love you too.
Absolutely.
Thank you for giving me a place to talk sports to get away from reality for a while. Thank you for allowing me to be petty and joke and have fun. I appreciate y'all very much.
You're welcome, man.
When I tell you, I love you like family. I really do love you both like family. I love Steph, Nathaniel, and everybody else. Even Big Time Record, when it began, Now look at him being a papa. And Ben, I can't wait. I'm going to be petty enough. One day I'm going to have another child just so your child have a friend to teach him how to be petty the way that I taught you how to be petty.
just don't make that child a Lions fan, Triple O, please.
Yeah, we don't want to get picked on in school.
I'd be damned if they're going to be a Steelers fan like my brother.
Well, that's fine, but just know that my son, who will be a Steelers fan, will be picking on your son, the Lions fan.
I don't know if you're going to pick on your Triple O son. He's Triple O big.
No.
I've seen Triple O's son now. He ain't as big as Triple O.
Yeah, that's because that son you saw that's big, the son's probably like 3.
That's fair.
You thought the son was 11, the son's 3. It's huge.
Yeah, well, Swain actually seen my son. He's 6'4".
Yeah, he I was like, who's daddy? Who's the daddy here?
I am till you move out.
That's right. That's right.
No, man, but I really do appreciate y'all, and man, it's been fun. It's been awesome. And by the way, Swain, because all Bench fans are so salty and pitiful, they have taken over the Care Bears thing. I will no longer refer to your Bears as the ghetto Care Bears that belongs to Ole Miss now.
Oh, yeah, they are black bears, right?
Yeah.
Or sharks
Supposedly.
or rebels. I don't know what they
Funny
are.
that they go by black bears instead of Mississippi.
We should call them the Project Baby Sharks the way they talked all that smack before getting swept at their own house.
We need some Commodore trash talk, Triple O.
Sharks, more like goldfish. After that,
okay, let's talk about the black and gold Lady Light Bold. That's what I refer to Vandy, Candy Vandy. You know, black and gold Natty Light Bold. Because I actually got family members who went to Vanderbilt. Was like, hey, I got my Vanderbilt education, yeah, but you end up being 2,200 G's in debt. It took you 25 years to pay that loan off. I mean, you could have bought 2 houses in East Tennessee by the time you got that degree, you smart ducky. Could have went to UT for free and got just about as good as a quality education. So, yeah, I mean, put it like this. If you go to Vandy, you're a swamp donkey, include my own cousins. I call them swamp donkeys, too. It's like, you decided to go to the lamest school in Tennessee. I mean, you could have went to TSU. You could have even went to Austin Peay. You could have went to UT Martin. You could have went to East Tennessee. If you're going to be in Middle Tennessee, right, go to MTSU. Don't go to Vandy. Go anywhere but Vandy. Don't go to sucky candy ass Vandy. Softer than melted candy, softer than wet dough.
How you feel?
That's all I can say.
How you really feel?
That's all I can say. I'll tell you this much. I hate Vanderbilt. You know why? They run their mouths. They run their mouths, especially put it like this. They Kentucky Southwest. I mean, they run their mouths in football, and like what? When the last time you made an SEC championship game? No, how about never 90? Never 90. That's what I tell them. You like Kentucky, Vanderbilt, all the same to me. The only difference is one is good in basketball, the other one's good in baseball. And after we sweep them this week, we're going to take their pride and joy, which is their baseball program.
I'm with it.
Tell them, and like DX, they got 2 words. You can suck it, Vandy.
Goodness gracious, Triple O. Triple O has a real talent, man. No one can go from balling to petty that quick and flip the switch that fast.
Balling their eyes out to just pure
the
anger.
petty king.
Oh my gosh, man! like Triple O went from.
He really went from 0 to 100.
Like he went from like Jodeci to DMX in like 5 seconds. That's impressive. Let's get to Ricky B from North Alabama. Ricky, good morning.
Hey guys, good morning. This is my second ever call. I work in healthcare, so it's hard to call in all the time. I mostly interact with you guys on Twitter, but I had to take the opportunity today to call in and say thank you for all the memories of this show, and I look forward to the new one as well. I started with PSR with Jason and Wes, and a short time after that, after I'd moved to Knoxville back from Nashville about that time, and here comes this younger guy popping on the radio who ended up getting the nickname of Boogie. Which I love those stories. It was so fun to listen to that. I know Jason has not called him that in a while because it got old, but it was really kind of a funny time. And then, once you guys transitioned to owning your own platform, which is awesome, really getting to interact with you guys, and one of my favorite Twitter followers of all time, especially during any sporting event, Charlie. I haven't heard many people bring him up, but he was a really good part of the show as well. And then Ben coming on board and really kind of being a younger guy and kind of really stretching his legs and really growing on the show. that's why I chose a few years ago to start giving you guys $25 a month, and I'm still going to do that. I believe in this platform, and I think that at some level, you guys will still, of course, do something on this from the Swain Event side of things, and I want to make sure that you guys have a little bit of funding. So I'm going to keep that going. Jason, personally, kind of funny, I kind of stepped in. I had a young guy that I kind of became the father figure to, and he loved football, was playing wide receiver, and he was only with me for a little bit during the summers, but actually reached out to Jason slid into his DMs and asked him about if he would take a little bit of time to work with him. And he did. I think he did 4 sessions with you. You might remember him, Jacob. He ended up going to a small school in Middle Tennessee. But really, for you to just take on a kid that really probably didn't have any good aspirations for making it big to a big-time college football, really do appreciate that. And, he really learned a lot from you and really had a pretty good high school career from that. So last thing I wanted to bring on is it's really a big family, even though I didn't interact a lot. I did get to meet DR Ball at the and he came and tailgated with us.
I'm sorry.
Down in Tampa, not Tampa, but Jacksonville for that game, and really got to meet him and see his kids. And unfortunately, I started playing rap music because the adult juice kicked in a little bit more. Probably his kids probably heard a little some words they weren't supposed to, but they all hung out and we had a good time during that tailgate. And then, you guys have been, for the last, we all know what our football program has been, and you guys have been the sounding voice to let people that have a big passion for Tennessee, whether it be football, basketball, whenever we went through all the lean years also. You guys have just been kind of our voice to walk us through the hard times, which has been unfortunately a lot, but we are now seeing the fruits of actually when you invest in a program, what can come of it. So I think you guys have been therapy for a lot of us, and that's awesome. And to kind of piggyback off of Josh's call earlier, you guys helped me get through one of the toughest parts of my life. I lost both my parents to COVID also. It was one of the, I was probably the most alone I've ever been in my life. Because my sister's family all had contracted it too. I'm a single guy. I'm not married. So I actually had to leave Knoxville and went and stayed at my parents' house in Memphis for about a month. I wasn't able to see my sister's family after they got admitted. My brother couldn't come in town because he's a small business owner. Couldn't risk trying to catch COVID either. So it was just me and my 3 dogs just sitting at my parents' house. We couldn't go see them. So every morning, at least after I had the check-in call to see how they were doing, I listened to you guys, and you kind of made it normal. So I just wanted to say thank you for that. It sounds stupid. It sounds small, but it really did kind of make things just normal for me to be able to listen to your show and kind of just at least for 3 hours kind of think back and just be in be kind of in a good state of mind for a little bit. So just wanted to say thank you again. I look forward to the new show. As I said, Ben, I think you have a huge future. You're doing such a great job with the baseball team. It's incredible. Seth, I know you're still involved with the show and will be in the Swain Event platform going forward, but just had to take this time to actually say thank you.
Thank you, Ricky B.
Thank you so much, and thank you for being vulnerable and sharing that. Powerful. It means a lot. Thank you so much.
Stokes, my man, I didn't know the show would have this type of impact when we decided to do a show independently.
Yeah, man. I mean, it was what, 2014 when we all sat in a room and was told that TSR was going to be no more, and everybody's futures were kind of up in the air. And I was working part-time at another radio station in town, just building commercials and stuff like that for them. And I was sitting over there and got a text. It was from Swain. He was like, man, we've got a good thing. You think we could do this on our own? Just go independent? I sat for a second and looked at the message and said, hell yeah, we can. Why not? Let's do it. And 8 years later, it's grown and grown and grown. I mean, the evolution of the show has been spectacular to be a part of in person.
Yep.
And then being in South Carolina, getting to still be a part of it, but also see it from a distance. Man.
Yeah. For sure, man. For sure. It's been
man. Yep.
It's been cool, man.
And it's just yeah. It's been something. And it has been a dream. Literally a dream that I had got to live for several years and still do. And gonna get to keep doing it. Obviously, it's not gonna be the same as it is now. It's evolving once again. You're going to the Animal, which is a great opportunity, and the Swain Event side of things is still gonna keep going. And that announcement, I'm sure, is coming soon, and it's still gonna be fun to be a part of. But man, we took something and built it.
That's right. Yep. From the mud. Got it out the mud for real, man.
We did.
Yeah.
We did.
Hey,
when they say started at the bottom, now we're here. I mean, that's what it was, man. We put it together with strings and duct tape for a while.
Mm-hmm.
It made it happen.
Yeah. We was rolling, man. You moved to South Carolina, we was rolling, and the station I was buying airtime from, without notice, the most unprofessional-ish ever, without notice.
Woo. Yeah, it was.
Got a phone call from somebody else about the station dissolving without notice. Over the weekend, Monday, boom, it was gone. And big thanks to Tony Basilio.
Yep.
Did the show from his house, his studio, for a month. And then we built our own ish. So every time there's been a roadblock, we plowed through it, Stokes. We plowed through it together.
All you can do.
Yeah, Ben and Charlie.
That's right.
We plowed through it together.
Brad.
The listeners, Brad, we plowed through it together, man.
Yep.
So that's
what family does.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So, man, love you like a brother. And I know you got to get to work. Just thank you for being on for 2 hours. This is not goodbye or the end. Just changing up a little bit, change the game a little bit. We have evolved. We've found a way, and we'll evolve here. And the Swain Event will keep going. And did not know it meant this much to this many people. I did not know that. I knew it meant something to a lot of people. I didn't know it was like that. I didn't. Some of the phone calls and messages that we've gotten over the last couple of days really just reminded me. Stokes, you're a big reason, big part of that, big reason why. So, man, again, man, love you like a brother. And man, we'll talk soon.
Yeah, brother, love you guys, love you, man. Love all y'all listeners. Just transition with us.
That's right. That's right.
That's it. That's all. It's like Swain said, it ain't goodbye. It's just we'll see you at a new time.
That's right.
And it'll be exciting and fun, and can't wait to see it and be a part of the Swain Event platform moving forward with whatever that is. And it's going to be awesome. And just love you guys, and thanks for everything.
100%. Seth Stokes, everybody. Seth Stokes. Man, let's take a break.
We need a break. We haven't taken a break in a minute.
Let's take a break.
Appreciate Stokes.
We'll come back, and Tennessee baseball playing this weekend. Huge series. Last week was huge. Ole Miss, you swept the number 1 team in the country, and you let the world know you're here. But this is even bigger. This is even bigger for Tennessee up against Vanderbilt, who is right now the gold standard in baseball, in college baseball, especially in the SEC. So, huge weekend. Continue to talk about Tennessee baseball with Ben. Chris Lowe, ESPN, wrote a nice piece on Tennessee baseball for ESPN. So we got a lot to get to in just a short amount of time. So we'll do that. We'll take a quick break. In return, we'll go back to the phones. After this, stay with us.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Voted Best Barbecue in City View Magazine and a top 100 barbecue restaurant in the country, Dead End is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering and local delivery with Valet Gourmet. That's right, you can have Dead End brought to you. Can't think of the spread for your next event? Get Dead End to cater it. Check them out online, deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
At Iris Networks, we know that business communication solutions are critical to your success. Since 1998, we've been helping businesses in East Tennessee by providing reliable and affordable high-speed fiber internet and voice solutions. That's why Iris Networks is your Tennessee communications partner. With internet speeds up to 100 gigs and work-from-anywhere solutions like mobile apps, video conferencing, and file sharing, we make sure you can stay connected to your customers and great communities we live and work in. Iris Networks, because just like you, Tennessee is our home.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. Firms from Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham have stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local law firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. They are our neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at GarzaLaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
When you start your own business, you know that branding can make or break a new venture. That's why Swain Event relies on 42nd Street. 42nd Street is a strategy agency focused on finding creative, open-minded, results-driven solutions to brand design. After over a decade of operations in East Tennessee, the brand architects at 42nd Street have the experience and creative know-how to ensure the success of your business branding, logo, web presence, and more. To see a real-life example of their amazing work, you can check out our website at swainevent.com. Don't trust the branding of your business to just anyone. Check out my friends at 42nd Street online at 42st.com or give them a call at 865-382-7007. 42nd Street, brand, strategy, design. Fellas, when it's time to freshen up that wardrobe, there's only one play to make, and that's to go see my friends at Mark Nelson Denim in downtown Knoxville. Find the latest in small batch denim in the heart of Knoxville. Denim isn't all they do though. Mark Nelson also does custom suiting and blazers. Let your personal style shine with Mark Nelson. If you don't have time to go shopping for yourself but still want that fresh look, then sign up for the MN Society. Let the experts handle the shopping and get $300 worth of merchandise for just $150 every other month. That's 6 times per year to keep you looking styling every day. Let Mark Nelson Denim help you be the best you, because when you look good, you feel good. Go to marknelsondenim.com.
Good morning, Swain Event crew. The new year is here and it's the 2022 East Tennessee real estate season. As I always do, I'm going to shoot straight with you. If you have a home to sell, then you need to give me a call ASAP. Inventory is low and I will get you the most money possible and more than you think trying to sell it on your own. If you are a seller that also needs to buy a home, you need to call me ASAP, as there are ways I can help you manage that situation and stay in your home until we find what you want. If you are looking to buy, you need to call me ASAP. You absolutely need someone on your side to help navigate the current waters, and you need someone that's going to do their homework and find homes that aren't on the market yet. Bottom line, you need to call me today ASAP. Jennifer Morris, Keller Williams Realty, 865-257-7897. If you are buying, selling, or considering investing in real estate this year, or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com. I hope to hear from you soon, and go Vols!
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
If you want to get in on the conversation, call the Iris Networks hotline at 865-200-5503. Grow your business with Iris Networks high-speed fiber internet. IrisNetworksUSA.com.
All right, Swain Event fueled by Dead End Barbecue, Hour 3, powered by Low T Center and LowTCenter.com. Let's get to Kevin in Houston. Kevin, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning, Kev.
Well, it's been a long time.
You on time?
I never thought this day would come, but you know, it's been over a year, and I didn't have anything, you know, constructive to add or say, and I've been going through a personal hell, much like the program has been going through, and you know, God gives us a lot of guardian angels every day. You know, and one day he gave us Rick Barnes, and he, you know, gave us Admiral Schofield and Grant Williams, a bunch of guys that didn't really have any, you know, nobody picked them to be a winner like they were. And, you know, when this fan base was down on its knees, they brought us to our feet. And one of the guardian angels, you know, I've had plenty, was this show. And Florida Week 2018, I came up there and I called in And I said, hey, it ain't Kevin in Houston. This is Kevin in Hickson because, man, I'm here to party. We're going to beat Florida like a drum, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Well, we know how that game turned out.
Yep.
And, but when I got up to Alumni Hall, you were doing the show, and must have heard me talking to the girl behind the counter. And when you went to commercial break, you go, hey, man, you Kevin in Houston? I said, yeah. You came over, you gave me a big old hug, handshake, and greeted me like we've been best friends forever. And those moments stick with you for a lifetime. And got pictures taken and everything. And on my wall in my bedroom is a picture of me and you. And I was really big at that time. And I had a XXX jersey, number 1, that you autographed, and I couldn't even fit in it. Now it hangs on me like a tent.
Yep.
And every day that I listened to you and I was doing my exercises, I would look up and I'd see that picture and I could hear, don't let it put on more steam. You guys are incredible. And Ben, even though you have a devout hatred for everything Houston,
it was more tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah, you bet, brother. I couldn't be more proud of you.
Thank you, buddy.
God got so many blessings on you, and congratulations on being a dad and everything. But you guys mean the world to people, and certainly the role that you played in my life is just absolutely incredible.
Man, we're proud of you.
And I love you guys both dearly, and wish you nothing but the best.
Well, thank you so much, Kevin. Man, it was good to see you there at Alumni Hall, traveling all the way up from Texas and covering the Vols the way you do. It's just cool to see all the Tennessee fans all over the world. And we're glad that we've been able to be a resource for people to continue to cover their team and watch their team from afar, get information about your team. So, this show is special. Big reason why the show is special is because of our sponsors and people that believe in the show and believe in it so much to put their money up with this show. And George Ewart, owner of Daddy and Barbecue, has been like family to me and believed in this show. Once I approached him one day about advertising, and he said, heck yeah, saw the vision, and here we go. It's been a couple years, George.
It's been a great run. I mean, I'm just glad that Ben's finally on the show that I'm on here, having a conversation with you all. I mean, usually he's gone somewhere else.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, that's great. And to hear Seth talk again, it was amazing. Just all the memories of him down there eating ribs with fork and knife. It'll never be forgotten by the living fan. And yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah, I'm so proud of you, Jason, for everything you've done, and just listening to everybody outpouring their emotions this morning about what impact you had in their lives, and what you've done in this community is amazing, and we're glad that we've been able to be such a small part of that. And I appreciate our friendship, and it's going to continue on, and we're going to support the Swain event and you guys any way we can, in the future. And again, I appreciate everything you all have done for us. I mean, you and all the people out there that have listened and came to our signing day parties and came after games and et cetera. We love you all, and we will still be part of your all's family as well.
Absolutely. And Swain Event's continuing, and man, I love for Dead End Barbecue. That's never going to stop. And so we'll be at Dead End. People that come into town and reach out to us, we'll be meeting there at Dead End. That's not going to stop at all. So, I just think about those events there at Dead End on National Signing Day, and I remember the first time we did it, George, and I kind of shared with you kind of the vision and what we can do and what I think we could do. And you're like, really? People are going to show up at 6 o'clock in the morning to talk about recruits. I was like, yeah, George, they gonna show up, man. Just watch. And I remember like the first year you were like, yo, this is crazy. I was like,
yeah.
it's powerful.
It was crazy, and then it got even. I mean, it just kept on growing and growing and growing, and then, I'd hate to see what it would have been if COVID hadn't stepped in the way, and I mean, we have people standing outside waiting to get in at 6:00. That's been in our parking lot for an hour, and then you get there and the place was full. You couldn't move anywhere, and. But it was great. It's just great to be around all your listeners. And, again, I'm just so proud that we are able to be part of your all's event and part of your all's family.
Absolutely. Absolutely, George. Thank you. Thank you so much. And now you made me want to have some dead end barbecue today. So.
Oh, yeah. That'll be good. Well, thank you all. And God bless.
For sure.
I'll talk to you later.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, George.
You are owner of Dead End Barbecue, and our sponsors have been awesome during this time. I mean, COVID was tough on us all, but we locked on, stayed together, and the show would not be possible without sponsors like George Ewart. And I had a personal conversation with a sponsor yesterday, and it's the relationships. My kids know George is Mr. George. Yesterday they call him Mr. Georgie. So first time my oldest jumped off a diving board, it was because George was calling her chicken. And my youngest kids being able to learn how to swim, and it's just all these stories, Kevin in Houston and Ricky B, and it's pretty special. Let's go back to the phones, 865-200-5503.
We got Evan.
Evan, good morning.
Hey, good morning, y'all.
Good morning.
Hey, it's been a long time since I've called in, but I had to get in on the last day. Just wanted to tell y'all, Jason, I've listened to you since the TSR days. I remember when I lost my job back in middle of 2013, and I was working a security job on overnights. Man, a lot of times the only thing that was keeping me awake was listening to the replays of the shows. And I always appreciated you and back in those days, Stokes, how you guys would, we were in a time when, especially then, that you wouldn't hear what was really going on with the program from a lot of places. And you guys did an excellent job of always maintaining the line between being real versus just piling on. And I always thought and respected that. And I've always respected you as a player. I mean, I can remember back in 2006, I remember where I was standing. I remember who was in the room when I watched that 50-yard touchdown catch against Cal. And I remember, I don't know, your career has always fascinated me. I've always respected you, respected the way you've conducted yourself, and you've been an amazing co-host with Swain. And even from a young age, I could tell that you were very knowledgeable about what you were doing, and you were always professional. And, just the whole cast of characters that have been on this show for years and years, all the Neyland Mafia calls, the famous ones like the West Virginia call, and, just all the different, Dave Tona and Turkey Man, of course, and just really appreciate y'all. Just had to call in and tell y'all that.
Evan, thank you.
Yes, thank you for the kind words.
Thank you, Evan. Thank you so much. 865-200-5503.
Let's get to Volstorm.
Volstorm!
Gentlemen, how are we doing?
We're doing all right.
We're good, man. We're good. We're chilling.
Yeah, between Triple O and Stokes, it's kind of hard to keep it together over here.
Yeah, man. We saw Triple O go from San Francisco to Oakland real quick. Just Cross that bridge.
I mean, if anybody's ever seen Triple O before, the man is a behemoth.
Yes.
And it wouldn't surprise you in the least that he can go from crying like a baby to gangsta in about 0.1 seconds.
That was amazing how he was able to do that. Amazing. But me and Triple O got some stories to tell too. I'm sitting here just thinking about all the personal relationships that I've kind of created with everybody, and so many to count.
Well, and that's what's been so special about this show is that a lot of times you've got shows on the market where everybody's a fan of, and it may be entertaining or it may be serious or whatever, but this is actually one of the few shows that really is family. Anytime a listener has come up and talked to you, you have always treated them like you've always known them. You've always been warm, welcoming, respectful, and that's one of the keystones to the show has always been you've been honest. You may not have always been open, but you've always been honest. And because of that has set this show apart from anything else in this market. And now let me talk about Ben for a second. I think it's legendary the back and forth that Ben and I have had over the years. But I've seen Ben go from a little punk kid.
Emphasis on punk.
Emphasis on punk. Little punk Steeler Yankee fan to a man. He has grown so much. I have so much respect for him. And everything we've said on the air has been tongue-in-cheek, just back and forth to kind of create entertainment for the show. But, I've talked to Ben off air quite a bit, and he is a very intelligent, very respectful young man. His parents raised him right. Now he won't take no crap off anybody. Let me I want to go back to a story kind of in his early time.
Mm-hmm.
I still remember there was a time on the show where somebody accidentally called him Charlie Burris, and he was pissed the entire show. The entire damn show, he was pissed off. He tried not to let it show on air, but man, he had a quick trigger that day.
He was not having it.
But now he's developed a level of maturity to be able to kind of laugh that stuff off. And but I love the work that you're doing with the baseball coverage. Love the stuff that you're doing on VolQuest, and we're still going to continue to follow you in your career. And just wanted to say that you're a wonderful young man. Love you very much. And now I'm going to pick on Jason.
Well, first I want to tell you that I love you too, and I'm thankful for our friendship. I really am.
All right.
Jason, from the moment I met you, this is back when you were still with TSR and you were still doing the afternoon show.
Mm-hmm.
I showed up and met you at Alumni Hall, and you were, honestly, out of that whole group, you were the only one that was welcoming and that was appreciative that somebody came down just to see you. From there, I remember seeing you again at another Alumni Hall event. It may have been after you got your own show, but that's the first time I met TC in Athens. This was also the time that somebody confused you for Albert Hainsworth. And we've laughed about that for years.
Now, if I remember, I was putting remote equipment in my car.
Yes, I remember. And you were like, you come up to us and you go, that dude just said I was Albert Hainsworth.
Did I say this dude or did I say something else?
Oh, you said something else, but we're trying to keep it clean on there.
This mother
called me Albert Hainsworth. Swain done went from wide receiver to pulling guard.
Man, I know, right? Had to go Samuel L. Jackson on him too, though.
But over the years, you have you develop relationships with your callers, your listeners, from the fun times we've had during the signing day events till COVID shut all that down, to you have been on air for probably some of the most crucial times in the program's history. You know, you were during the Butch stuff, during, you know, right after Shiano Sunday, and during COVID. Because, I mean, this show has been a sense of normalcy for a lot of people. You know, when we were all in lockdown, sitting at home, well, you were at home and just broadcasting out of your basement, and it helped a lot of people get it off their minds. You know, of course, you and I have also talked off the air, and you are not only a great show host, you're a great man, you're a great friend. It's you know, I'm happy for you that you're going to be moving up and moving on. Nothing's going to replace this show. And I'm very thankful to all of the callers I've gotten to meet. You know, when people come up to me and go, "Oh, you're Boss Storm," you know, that's been a highlight, because I mean it's like running into family. You know, I've met Big Shot Rob, I've met Trammell, I've met Vault Nation, I've met, you know, of course, TC and Athens. A lot of great callers over the years. Triple O I've known since junior college, so I knew him long before he even came on the show.
I'm sorry.
And the Swamp Donkey bit, he's been doing that ever since then. So that to me, that's how I knew it was him. I was like, Swamp Donkey? There's only one person I know of that uses that term. But guys, I want to end with this. Jason, thank you from the bottom of my heart. You have meant so much to so many people. This show has meant so much to so many people, and I know you're not going away, but you know, this platform has been our show. It's been a show where we have gotten, like I said, you have always been truthful with us. You have always told us, you know, hey, I know you're hearing this, and this, but this, you know, this is what's really going on. You've been able to talk to us from your perspective. You have been able to bring on former players and get an interview out of them that nobody else can, because you're a former player. They will talk to you like they will, you know, and they won't talk to anybody else the way they talk to you. And I would like to see another Swain cast for a away game again, because with you and D Wade, that was fun as hell.
Yeah,
but
yeah, we had a good time. J Wade, yeah, Jonathan,
J Wade.
yeah.
I'm sorry. Well, that's what he gets for making Twitter mistakes.
Well,
about D,
yeah, exactly.
But Jason, I love you.
You too, man.
I appreciate your friendship, and no matter what the ref told you, you did not score a touchdown.
Hey, man, that's a lie. That is a lie. I got proof. That was a touchdown. I got proof. Let me see if I can find it. I got it here. I got proof, Volstorm. I ain't let you spread lies this morning. That's not what I'm going to let you do at all. Ho ho! I got proof right here. Ben. I did score against Florida. The ref said it. Oh my God, my Bluetooth in the living room is hooked up. Oh my gosh. All right, here we go. I got proof for you.
Bunch pattern, 3 wideouts to the left. On 3rd down and a long 7. Ames gets the snap. Looks, fires the slant pattern, complete. Jason Swain breaks a tackle to the 5. He's close to the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee! Jason Swain.
What's that say, Volstorm? That was against Florida, 0-4. Touchdown. You hear Bob Kessler and Volstorm? Shut your face. Volstorm. Shut your face. It's a touchdown. Referees are never wrong. Never when it comes to a touchdown by a player wearing number 1 jersey. Brew McCoy. You'll experience that here soon. Allegedly. 865-255-03. Let's see if I can go to the phones. Phone lines are being all crazy right now. It's going crazy. Who we got? Chris, good morning. All right, let's get to Chris. Is this Chris Lowe? Chris Lowe. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. It's an honor to be on with 2 giants here in the
Oh, no. You're not going to start this because on Tuesday you show up to the baseball stadium and my seat gets moved because you know why? It does say VolQuest in my spot for the year. It says ESPN.com. And I had to sit next to Ryan Shumpert.
Get him.
You took my spot. You big time me. You Hollywood me.
No, I was this way. I got to sit beside you and Ryan both. So
we got to sit next to you.
No, I got to sit beside you guys. It was an honor to be in there with with several people who do a great job of covering Tennessee baseball. I was just glad to be there.
Mm-hmm. VIP tickets.
Well, the truth is, I'm sure Ben told you, I didn't get there until after 2 home runs had been hit, which was sort of a credit to what Tony Vitello's built there. You couldn't find a parking space for a midweek Western Carolina game. What's that tell you about the momentum surrounding that program?
Yeah, you know what it tells you. Ticket prices about to go up too. That means a lot of people are filling up those seats. It's what Tony Vitello wanted.
You know, and it's funny because I went to the game because I was doing a piece on the team for ESPN, and that really played perfectly into what I wrote. That who would have thought, I don't know, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, that you go to a 5:30 start, a 5:30 game in Knoxville, a baseball game on Wednesday against Western Carolina. Now, granted, it was a nice day. It was windy, but it was a nice day. And they'd have the 4th largest crowd ever in the history of that ballpark for Western Carolina. And Ben can tell you, I mean, the parking garages were full. You couldn't find a place on behind Fraternity Road, nowhere. I mean, it was a packed house, and I think that's, in talking to Tony, that's exactly what he wants to build. And his building is, you know, a party-type atmosphere where Tennessee baseball is the event, the happening that everybody wants to be at.
Yeah, I mean, when Ben tweeted out that he couldn't find a parking spot after 50 minutes, that tells you all you need to know about the demand right now for Tennessee baseball. So, speaking of Tennessee baseball, you wrote an article on Tennessee baseball. Where is that article, and what was the motivation behind the article?
No, it's going to be up today on ESPN, ESPN.com. And again, I apologize. It may already be up there. But, you know, just the fact that they're number 1 in the country for the first time ever, unanimously. They're playing against a team this weekend, Vanderbilt, that's sort of been the standard for the last decade or more under Tim Corbin. And it's a team that, I guess if you're not a Tennessee fan, and full disclosure, I have a vested interest in the team because my son Adam's the head student manager. It's probably a team, Ben, and you could probably speak to this better than I could because you're in Oxford, that probably a lot of fans, teams outside Knoxville don't like, because they got all the double celebration, the meat coat, the daddy hat. There's sort of an in-your-face edge to this team. But they're fun to watch play. They really are. They got a lot of sort of electric group, or eclectic group of characters on that team. Kids from Minnesota, from Virginia, a lot of homegrown kids, like Evan Russell, who's never received a dime of athletic scholarship money. He's in like his 9th season. What if you put he and Fulkerson's time together on campus? What are you stretching up to about 2 decades?
12 years.
He like Albert Pujols.
But no, they're fun. They're a fun team to watch play. They play hard. I love the fact that Ben and Ryan and I were discussing this the other day. They're bringing guys off the bench that aren't even everyday players that would start for most teams in the SEC. They're hitting bombs. And, freshmen, Christian Moore, Blake Burke, kids like Christian Scott. A guy like Trey Lipscomb, to me, I don't want to say 2 players epitomize that team, but if 2 players at the top of the list epitomize that team, to me, are Trey Lipscomb and Evan Russell. Here's Russell in his 6th year. He's never received any scholarship money. And then Trey Lipscomb, who's sort of hung in there and been the sort of antithesis of I'm going to jump in the transfer portal, and he's continued to grind and work. I think he started, Ben, I looked it up last night when I was writing the story. I think he started 11 games in 3 years prior to this season.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's their best home run hitter. He's their best RBI guy. He's having a great season. And I think that's sort of the culture that Tony Vitello has built, that if you hang around and you trust us and trust the process and work, you're going to get what you want out of this. And, it's a very deep Tennessee team. I'll tell you this. I talked to one coach in the conference. I promised him I wouldn't use his name. This is a coach that's been very successful. And he said, point blank, this is a scary, scary looking team.
There's not a weakness right now. There's, for the sake of making something a weakness, you can make it a weakness. The defense is spotty at times, but I think they've been uncharacteristic errors this past week in Ole Miss when they had 6, just dropping the ball at second. Cortland Lawson, that's not going to happen. That's just weird, and there's been some other weird errors. So, maybe the defense isn't as sharp as it has been in years past, but I think Tony will get that fixed. He always has. You could point to that as a possible weakness if you really wanted to. I think the Evan Russell situation is something to monitor. He's not Yachty behind the plate, but there's just no weaknesses on this team, Chris.
Yeah, he's not going to throw out a lot of guys, but he catches the ball well. I was talking to Chris Burke was talking about that the other day, that he does a great job catching the baseball, considering he was our left fielder last year. Now, how many guys is he going to throw out? The kid, the leadoff batter for Vanderbilt. Well, nobody throws him out. But Ole Miss didn't throw out a lot of guys. Ben, last week for Tennessee, they ran on him. He's one of the top catchers in the league. Mm-hmm. It's hard to throw kids out, at the college level. But we'll see. We'll see how their bullpen evolves. I'll be interested to see where Blade Tidwell ends up. Who's the guy? Is it Sewell that sort of is a setup guy for the closer? Where do they use Ben Joyce? Mr. 104 mile per hour guy. I think that's the one that, if you ask me questions about this team, and we'll find answers. Probably start finding out answers this weekend against a typical Tim Corbin club. These guys are really good. When's Vanderbilt not good at baseball? But how that bullpen will sort of stack up and what will be the order. I think they've got some options. Tony's going to have some options, but is Walsh, does he remain the closer? Does it depend? Can Tidwell be the closer?
Mm-hmm.
Can Tidwell work his way in, Ben? And again, you're around the team as much as anybody. Is there a scenario where he works his way back into a starter, and then they use Drew Beam coming out of the bullpen? Right now, the way 3 weekend starters are pitched, no way I miss the rotation right now.
Yeah. Ben, I mean, I'll let you answer that right quick, Ben. And Chris, thank you so much for calling in and being a part of the show. It's been cool to have you on in the morning. I know we'll do plenty of other things together covering Tennessee, but just thank you so much for your friendship, mentorship, and we're gonna get to some of these calls before we wrap up today's show. But Chris, thank you so much for the love, my man.
Well, thank you guys. You guys do a great job. Two boys from Huntsville, Alabama.
How dare you?
Who've made good, and I look forward to seeing what the Swain show, the Swain event goes from here. But you guys have done a great job, and thank you guys for your friendship. And it's always a joy to listen to you guys in the morning. And I'm going to sit back. I'm not too far from retirement and watch you guys' careers just continue to blossom and grow.
Appreciate you, Chris.
Appreciate you,
All right.
CeeLo.
Let's get to Jay on the hotline this morning. Jay, good morning.
Well, Swain and Ben, you know, I'm not going to be in here crying in the club. I'm glad y'all are leaving.
I'm glad I don't have to deal with you anymore. Wanting to fire Rick Barnes.
Oh,
it's time for you to go.
It is time. We got about 15 more minutes.
Oh man. Well, I tell you what, guys. I'll try to be quick. I ain't gonna be like you know, some of these guys. I know they're hurt, but you know, it's sad, and I tell you, I've been, you know, I was born and raised in East Tennessee, and I grew up listening to sports talk because I'd ride around with my old man, and that's what he would listen to. So I've been listening to sports talk and sports radio since I was, you know, a kid. And, you know, Swain, Ben, you guys have the best show I've ever heard. I've heard them all. I've heard everything good, bad, in between. I've heard all the stations. I've been listening to it my whole life. And y'all are by far my favorite show I've ever got to listen to. And I just think that's a credit to Swain, your talent and what you've built and the talent that you have for being on the radio and doing this kind of stuff and just the kind of guy you are too. And I know there's been other co-hosts, but I'm preferential to Ben. Ben's it's no disrespect to Charlie or those other guys, but you know, Ben's my guy, and I think, you know, Ben has also just done a wonderful job and elevated this show. And, you know, it's going to be different. I know you ain't just disappearing, but it ain't going to be the same, buddy. And, you know, I'm going to miss listening to you guys. And it's been a part of my routine. I'm not always able to listen live because of my job, but, you know, when I go and work out or, you know, do something like that, I listen to the Swain Event. I don't listen to, as much as I love music, I don't pop in any music. I go listen to the Swain Event. Or if I'm riding down the road and I got a drive to make, I'm listening to the Swain Event. You know, I listen to the podcast, catch up on stuff I haven't heard. And so it's been a big part of my life, and I'm definitely going to miss it. But I'm happy for you guys, and I know you're going to do good things.
For sure, Jay. For sure, man. Always enjoyed Jay's phone calls over the years.
Yes. Thank you for the kind words, Jay. Let's get to DR Vol, and I know there's a lot of people trying to call in and get in right now, and we've been long-winded with some callers today, but we're going to try to have a little quicker pace so we can fit in as many calls before we get out of here today.
Sounds good. DR Vol.
What Ben's saying is for me to shut up and get off the air. So
Wrap it up.
You cried for 20 minutes yesterday. Do you really need 20 more minutes to cry today?
I mean, 10 minutes isn't really 20 minutes, but I guess that's Alabama education for you.
That's what Swain told me.
Hey, guys, I've written down things I'm going to miss. I'm going to miss Ben taking all day to load the podcast. I'm going to miss him screening my calls. I'm going to miss Swain letting me know what kind of side dishes white people put raisins in.
Potato salad.
Those are my three things I'm going to miss.
Potato salad. Josh Ward got a bowl for me on the first day.
I've never heard that until this show. And I'll never get that. That's up there in my Mount Rushmore. I'll never forget that because I thought, man, I've been to a lot of white people get-togethers, being a white people myself, and I've never seen that.
I've never seen it before either. So,
oh, guys, I am going to miss it. I do think that was Titans Bill that thought Ben was Charlie Burris that day.
I think it was.
I'm almost. I remember that when he said it, and or whoever called it. I think it was Ballstorm, but I remember Titanville being one. I do remember Ben being mad, but
I really wasn't that mad for the whole show. I really wasn't.
Well, I mean, it's because he didn't call at the beginning of the show, so you weren't mad at the whole show. Then.
Fair enough.
Hey guys, I am going to miss it, Swain. I'm going to make this quick. First time I met you, you didn't realize this. I was going through a very, very hard time in my life, going through a divorce and a lot of uncertainty. And we ate at dead end for about an hour and a half, and it really pulled me out of my funk. And that's a debt I can never repay to you. Things been going good since. Ben, I'm not going to tell you everything I want to say because I don't want to get too emotional, but I am very proud. You went from young Sheldon to young Brent Hook, and I'm very proud of you for that.
Appreciate you. I love you and thankful for our friendship.
Same here, man. Love y'all, and I guess I'll talk to y'all Monday on the Monday show.
That's right, man. Have a good weekend, my friend. All right, who is next?
Concrete Vol.
Concrete Vol, good morning.
What's up, guys?
What's up, Concrete Vol?
Man, I didn't think I was going to get in. I figured it was going to be 2 slams. Some people talking for 15 minutes.
All right. Sharing that love, man. Letting all that emotion out. It's all good.
It's good. It's good. Hey, so just keep it brief. Let somebody else in. Not kissing up at all. I've told you several times that when you're on the field, you're one of my favorite. You're probably my top 3 receivers, and I'm old.
Wow.
Because if the ball was thrown to you, you caught it. If the ball was in the air, it was yours. And that was like, man, I always appreciated that. I just felt like you worked harder than everybody else on the field. And then come to find out, you do the same thing in radio, which that was a pleasant surprise. That you went from one of my favorite players to one of my favorite, if not my very favorite radio hosts, which is awesome.
Thank you.
And I travel all over the place and listen to you on the app all over the place, and always enjoy it. And you always, I think, both of you guys personify what I think is a super overused phrase, keeping it real. Usually that means I'm just going to say obnoxious stuff, and then you use keeping it real as a excuse.
Mm-hmm.
But you, and I hope that continues on wherever you go, is that you don't inflate things. You don't try to get excitable about things. You do keep it real. You tell people what you really think. You don't share knowledge that is improper to share. You tend to even de-escalate a lot of situations among the fan base. And there's times where everybody's up in arms or everything seems crazy, and then you're like, hey, guys, you need to just – the NIL stuff, perfect example. Hey, things are happening. You don't believe all you're hearing. That's all I got to hear. I'm like, okay, that's good.
And then what happened?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's been proven over and over again, brother. It's been proved over and over again. So, and then also, this show is, there's been a lot of, well, obviously the last decade and a half, it's been a lot of hard times for Tennessee fans. And there's times where this is just basically the only show that I can just listen to because the rest of it is just unbearable. And I feel like the more difficult the subject, the better you guys are.
Mm.
I mean, when the Black Lives Matter things were going on,
Mm-hmm.
and it was and the players were getting involved, and there's a lot of people in this community that are, gut reaction is just like, oh no, this, they're going to protest or doing this or doing that,
Mm-hmm.
and I felt like you guys handled it with the most grace and class with your audience that I've ever heard. Nationally, anywhere. I just really appreciate it. I just really, really appreciate
it. Concrete Vol, man. Woo! Thank you. Thank you so much. That's strong.
Let's get to Justin in Florida.
Thank you, Concrete Vol. Justin, good morning.
Hey, good morning. Good morning, guys. How we doing?
Man, well. Hope you are too.
I'm doing real well. I'm glad I finally was able to get through. Just wanted to tell you guys thank you. Your show is first time I listened to it, felt like it was different. I think with a lot of the calls this morning, you kind of have more evidence as to why it's different and how it impacted people. But you know, it's kind of weird because it doesn't. I know you guys keep saying it's not goodbye. It's just, you know, it's going to be different. But you know, it's definitely going to be a change. And hope you guys continue to keep doing what you're doing because it's definitely needed out there throughout sports in general, not just here at Tennessee. You guys have a real pragmatic way of looking at things. There's a lot of common sense to what you guys, you two don't always agree on every single opinion, but you know something, you talk it out, and it's okay to have, you know, different views and different ways of looking at things. And it doesn't mean one way's right, one way's wrong. It just, you know, like I said, I think we'd all be better off if it was more of that going on. And again, you guys are the best.
Thank you, Justin. Thank you so much.
Let's get to TC. Thank you, Justin.
TC, my man.
What's up, my brother?
What up, brother?
Man, golly, what a day, man. I've been with you guys since the old TSR days and with you through thick and thin, and you've been with us through thick and thin. Just want to say, Swain, today you're getting to hear what you mean to so many people, man. You and I used to actually have these conversations, and I would tell you, man, you have no clue what you mean to people all around the world. But I think today you got a real taste of that, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, man. It's been, it's been remarkable.
It's so much more than just a sports show. You know, you got people just talking about family all day long, and that's what you guys are, your family, your friends. And just want to thank you for allowing me to be a part of it. And you're special, man. You're absolutely special, all you guys. Stokes, the vision that y'all had, and what you did, what you brought us through, man. I mean, literally, who else could have brought us through the past decade where there's not been a lot of great things about Tennessee sports? But what you did was you created an opportunity in a show and family that transcended that, and man, you saved lives. You intertwine yourself in our lives and vice versa. And all we can say to you is thank you. That's really that's not enough, but that's the word of the day is thank you, Swain. Thank you for what you created.
That's all I need, my brother. That's all I need, man. And your friendship, that's all I need.
Well, I love you. I got to practice these words right here because now that you're on state run, you know, I'll hang up and listen. You know.
All right, TC, man. I'll be talking to you here soon. Oh man, something else. We who else is there? Jennifer. Oh. Let's get to Jennifer Morris here on the program.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Jennifer.
How are you doing this morning?
We're well.
Good. I just wanted to call and thank you all so much for letting me be a sponsor of the Daily Show. And thank you to all the listeners who have given me a shot to work with them. Definitely hope to keep doing that. Mm-hmm. You guys I'm old, so you guys are like my little brothers.
Yep.
One I like more than the other. You know who you are.
Yep, he's a thank you.
You said you weren't going to be mean today, and you didn't literally. You couldn't last 30 seconds.
It was hard.
And somehow you'll blame me for this. This is why I like John better.
Most people do, Ben. This isn't anything new. So, yeah, you know I had to get something in. After the way you treated me at the ballpark the other night.
Big timed you, huh?
Oh, no. He got aggressive. He got super aggressive.
I can't stand you. I can't stand you.
Hey, I know you got other people calling. I, again, just wanted to call and say thank you all so much for letting me sponsor the show. I've really enjoyed getting to know you all, and you're both like family to me. Love and hugs.
Love you, Jennifer.
All right. Talk
Thank
to
you,
y'all
Jennifer.
soon.
Talk to you soon. Let's get to Nathaniel. Nathaniel, good morning.
Morning, guys. I'm glad I was able to get in here in the last little bit.
Oh, I know, man. It's been a traffic jam.
This has been fantastic to hear how much you all have meant to people, and I know from listening to you guys I got into listening to sports radio right at the tail end of TSR, and I remember hearing your show, Swain, and then when you all went independent, that's when I kind of started listening more. And I just want to say it's been an honor and a privilege to have worked with both of you in different capacities, whether it was interning on the Swain event in 2015 with you and Swain and Seth, or Ben with you at working at RTI. I mean, both of you guys, I've learned a lot from both of you. And Swain, it's not just the professional way. Even personally, I've taken a lot of the things that just how you carry yourself and how you are as a person, and taken it into my personal life and tried to be a better person and kind of take a more level-headed approach to a lot of things in life because of you. So I'm just proud of both of you. Ben, watching you grow from when I first knew you and first worked with you, and when you first worked at Swain Event, even when I first met you there, when you were intern there, just seeing your growth and always knowing your love for everything you did, everything Tennessee has, not just football, but your love for baseball, for basketball, for your wanting to bring attention to every sport at Tennessee. I always knew that you would find a place in this market to thrive, and I'm so glad that you have, and that you're doing as well as you are, because you have been a fantastic person to get to know, and I'm so proud of you and seeing what you've become, and that you're going to be a father soon. I'm very thankful to know both of you, very thankful to know Seth, thankful to know everybody you work with, Swain. So all the listeners too, because getting to talk with and meet TC in Athens in person, and all the other people who called in the shows throughout the years. Triple OG, I've not met him in person, but talked with him multiple times. Doug Brooks, I mean, all the people who've been pivotal and have been part of the show for the last 8, 9, 10 years or so. It's just been great getting to know you guys. And this isn't goodbye, like you said earlier. It's see you later, seeing a new format. But man, I just wanted to let you all know that I'm thankful to know both of you.
Thank you, Nathaniel. I really appreciate the kind words. You are too kind.
For sure. Thank you, Nathaniel.
Let's get to AP.
AP. What's up, man? Brew McCoy commit yet?
I have hoped all week this was just going to be some kind of sad April Fool's joke, and I knew it wasn't, but at the same time, it's a bit sad. And I know we're still going to be doing. I'm going to be coming with you to the new show, but you know, from the days at Tennessee Sports Radio, and I wasn't a part of it then, to the current form there at the plush $5 million studios at the Swain Estate. It's been good to be a part with you guys. And Swain, you and I have come a long way from when I used to bust your chops when I was a young student reporter and you were a football player, and I would talk to you about Hazel Green beating Grissom, and you would scoff and growl and all that good stuff. And it's you and I have gotten to be pretty good buddies, and it's been good. And of course, indirectly we've I've gotten close with Ben, and of course work with Ben now. But to kind of echo what Nathaniel was saying, you guys are good people, and I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time because I want you to be able to say goodbye to everybody. But I do want to say that in ending, because I said I would do this on the general's quarters, as for any potential rap battle for Ben, I'll quote the great Andy Griffith to Barney Fife when Barney was saying he was going to take out Ernest T. Ben, he'd kill you. See you, boys.
See you.
Probably would. Not. Let's get to Big Shot Rob.
Big Shot Rob, good morning.
Good morning, man. I ain't going to be long. I just wanted to call in and say to you and Ben, truly, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all to death, man. I have grown to appreciate the both of you and to consider you both really good friends of mine, man. I got to take my wife to her first Tennessee football game, my unborn son as well, and that meant the world to her and I, and also I hadn't been to a game in years, so it was really good to catch up with y'all, get to know y'all, go to dead end, shoot the crap and have fun, man. And the last few years, this show has really just gotten me through a lot. 3 hours every morning. I listen as much as I can when I can, and it kind of sucks that it's it's not going away. It's just a little bit different, but just want you two to know that I appreciate the both of you. I love y'all to death, man, and I'm glad to see that y'all are on the uprise, and stay true to who you are. Stay humble, because that's the one thing that I respect about the both of you more than anything. You're all as humble as possible. The sweetest, most genuine people down to earth, man, and just truly from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, man, and everyone else on the show that I've met and talked to, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all as well, man, and just keep doing y'all, man, and take care.
Thank you, Big Rob, Big Shot Rob.
Appreciate you. Love you, big bro.
You call us the sweetest.
I caught that.
Only one of us is the sweetest McKee, though.
The sweetest ain't being born for another couple of years. The coldest will be here in July, though.
The coldest? Yeah, man.
Let's get to Sam before we wrap up.
Sam.
Jason, what's up, man?
What is up, Sam?
Dude, pretty special show. And I'm ripping and running in the mornings, man, so I don't get to call in like I would like to. But I try to get in today and just tell y'all thanks and how much I enjoyed the show. And, coming up here from Memphis, well, I lived in Memphis mostly all my life, and St. Louis, and it's kind of a culture shock. But, you working, like you said, coming from the bottom, and you've grinded your way up the ranks, and you're a trailblazer, man. There's a lot of young guys that are looking up to you, and I was trying to be not emotional, but I guess it happens. But I just wanted to say that, man. It's been a long time coming. You are the first African American man to be on that platform, correct?
I don't know. I know Halloran is on the stay on Cumulus there, but as far as Sports Animal, I'm not aware of anyone that was before me co-hosting the show. So
right. I'm speaking of the Sports Animal.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. So it's a huge responsibility. I don't take it lightly. Trust me, I've thought about it.
Well, it's awesome, man, and you're so deserving of it, and they are lucky to have you on there. It's I wasn't tuned in to all the other programs available when I first got up here, and I listened to that show, and it's really not my cup of tea for the most part. Most of the guys over there kind of, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
When you have your own deal, you can kind of do your thing, and I understand how it is.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, I just wanted to say that and to tell you how proud I am of you. And, man, it's been a great show. And, it's not going to – I know this has been a somber kind of deal, but, man, you're going to still be on. It's damn, man.
Yeah, different time.
So it's awesome, brother. Congratulations. And, Ben, I'll look for you on 24/7. I appreciate you. And, Charlie.
Right. Vlogquest.
Yeah, shouts to Charlie, man. I didn't know if he called in today, but anyway, Jason, I love you, brother. I can't wait to hear you over on the 99, and I'll talk to you later, brother. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you, Sam. Charlie's too busy buying medium shorts right now, and medium shirts.
Let's end with Lori.
Lori.
Hey, guys.
Hey,
thanks so much for taking my call.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to keep this quick. I'm a long-time listener, first time calling in. Just a little background. I relocated from Middle Tennessee to Atlanta years ago, and, of course, as you know, trying to get any real or positive information on the Vols here, basically impossible.
Yep.
Absolutely. I was born with orange blood in my veins, and I was a struggling Vol fan in a junkyard of barking humans. Oh, my goodness. It was insane. At the time that Lyle was fired, I was desperate for any kind of news. And, Jason, your show popped up in my Facebook feed, and I couldn't wait to tune in because I remember having watched you play, and I was so excited. Of course, that was the day that I heard Al Wilson, and Lord have mercy, like everybody else, I was ready to run through the wall. I felt like I had new life breathed back into me. Your show liberated me from all things Georgia, and I was back to my Vols self again. I have learned so much, and y'all have enabled me to talk smack with all my sports peeps. So I'm so thankful for that. And I wanted to say quickly, a shout out to Ben. Your excitement and knowledge about the baseball team has made a huge fan out of me, and even has my father watching them. Trust me, my dad never had any interest in baseball ever, and he actually calls me and asks me when the baseball games are on. So never thought I would see that happen in my lifetime.
That makes me smile. Thank you for sharing that with me.
Yay. So, and just real quick, what has kept me coming back day after day with you guys is, of course, the sincerity, your honesty, and the realness. I mean, there is no sugarcoating on this show, and I love it. You've got great rapport, you and Ben with each other, with Seth, and all your fabulous callers. And, I mean, you've got some fantastic callers. I have loved listening to all of them. You've shown compassion and empathy. On the flip side, there have been times I have crying laughed so hard with all of you. I've never met either of you in person, but I feel like you're my brothers, and I would love to walk up and say hello sometime if I'm at a game in Knoxville or somewhere. Would love to do that. So just thank you for saving me down here in Georgia. Thank you for being you, giving your all, and keeping it real every single day. You've made me feel like a part of your world and, the entire Vol family. I have so much respect for you both, and I can't wait to see you shine even more going forward. Much love to both of you and your families, and let's not forget Judge and Ace.
Right.
So I have to give a shout-out to the dogs of the Swain Event.
Yes, absolutely.
So with that, happy Friday. Let's go sweep that team in Candyland, and I'll be tuned in on Monday. So thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Lori. Thank you so much for the phone call. Before we wrap up today's show, Ben, I'll let you give your final words and final comments as far as the morning show is concerned. The Swain Event's not going anywhere as far as continuing to do a show. It's going to look different, obviously. It's going to sound a little bit different. It won't be as long, 3 hours, but we will continue the show. It's just going to be not in the morning. So, Ben, I just want to give you the floor, and then I'll close us out. You got it, man.
You're going to have to let me work through this one.
No, go ahead.
Just
we got time.
We do have time. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart. Taking an opportunity, or giving me an opportunity, taking a chance on me. You are the reason why I am here today, and have given me a platform.
You got it, man. You got it.
To pursue my dreams, and it's been a fun 5.5 years, man. Your family, your big bro, and I'm gonna miss coming to your house every day. Seeing your kids, man.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be looking for you, man.
I was broke down this morning walking in, just thinking of them.
Oh yeah,
and seeing them grow the last couple of years. So, just to the listeners, thank you for standing with me and giving me an opportunity and allowing me to grow in front of you. So it's very rare that a student gets as much airtime as I did, and continue to get airtime fresh out of college, and you all stuck with me and allowed me to grow and pursue my dreams. So
I can't thank everybody enough. The listeners and Swain and Stokes and the list goes on and on and on. I'll forget somebody if I try to name everybody. So truly, you all have touched my heart, and it's been a lot. And I love you, Swain. I really do.
Sure, man. Love you too, man. Little brother, watch you grow. You don't have to thank me anymore about giving you an opportunity. And you took that opportunity. You earned that opportunity, and you don't have to thank me anymore. You, Miss Ben McKee. It ain't Sidekick Ben or Swain Event Ben. Ben McKee stands on its own, and the world knows that. Vol Nation knows that more now than ever before. So, man, you don't have to thank me. You busted your butt. My kids love you. My family love you, and I love you. And to our listeners, over the last 10, 12 years, thank you. Thank you for allowing the Swain Event to be a part of your life. Thank you for allowing us to come into your home each and every morning. And thank you for trusting us while your kids are in the car, while you have things going on in your life, good or bad. Thank you for trusting us when it comes to providing information about your favorite team in good times and in bad times. Thank you for supporting our sponsors. You heard from a couple of them today's show. They're like family. And their success in their business is as important to me as my success in my own business. And this show would not be possible without our listeners, our fans, and our sponsors. And I just want to say thank you. Low T Center, you're talking about somebody, believing in you. Call Low T Center. When I wanted to build a studio, I shared the vision with them. This is what I want to do. This is what I think I can do. And the owner of Low T Center, entrepreneur himself, used to live in Memphis, flipping boxes for FedEx. He traveled to Texas and started his company. So he saw me, he saw himself in me. And he believed in the vision to build a studio and helped us do that. And I think about all the people that have helped along the journey. And so just want to say thank you. Marcos Garza was my first client who said, yeah, I'm going to roll with you, Swain, after I decided to go independent. So from the bottom of my heart, my family's heart, it started with one kid in the radio, now to 3, doing a show November the 11th on Veterans Day, 2014, and then later that day, welcoming our second child into our life, her being a premature baby, and spending time away from our home, spending time in the hospital during Thanksgiving. It was one of the toughest moments of our life, and now she is beautiful and vibrant as any kid that we have. And so I have been through up and downs just like you have, and again, just thank you for allowing us to be a part of your life. And that's not going to change. The time slot's going to change. We're going to move on to the sports animal, but our relationship is not going to change. And so I will be on the sports animal today at 2 p.m. with Josh Ward, the last day of Sports 180. And then Monday, it will be the new show, Josh and Swain. And then give me a couple days, and then we'll announce when the Swain Event will be on each and every week. And then we'll move from there. But for Ben, for me, Jason Swain, we love you. We appreciate you. And thank you so much for making the Swain Event part of your life. And with that, we will sign off. You know how we do it. Much peace, much love. We are out.